Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho-Chunk Gaming Madison. More spins, more wins, more fun. Negotiations, the future speculation, whatever you want to call it, it continues between the Green Bay Packers and head coach Matt LaFleur. Now almost a full week after the Packers were eliminated last Saturday at Soldier Field by the Chicago Bears in the wild card round of the playoffs. Still no clarity on what comes next for the Green Bay Packers and their head coach with 1 year left on his contract in Titletown. The speculation continues on Wilde and Tausch starting next on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. We'll be joined by ESPN NFL Nation Packers reporter Rob Demovsky, scheduled to appear at 10:15. Basketball, the Milwaukee Bucks fall again, big time on the road against the Spurs, 119-101 last night. The Bucks next in action on Monday afternoon, MLK Day matinee in Atlanta, visiting the Hawks. Wisconsin Badgers back in action at the Kohl Center tomorrow afternoon, hosting Rutgers at 1 o'clock.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
It is the Friday edition. We're not getting ready for Packers Seahawks in the Emerald City edition. No, we're waiting for the Packers to figure out who their coach is going to be, although they have one under contract edition. The Jesse Nelson has a solution. Did you ever have your parents say something to the effect of, well, you wouldn't know, Jesse, because when you didn't have any brothers or sisters to fight with. But when you're fighting with your brothers or sisters and your parents threaten to get involved and say, you're not going to like, neither of you are going to like what we come up with. I think Jesse has come up with exactly that. Interim head coach, Rich Bisaccia edition of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the all-awesome, all-customizable, always available ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, and so is the Packers Hall of Famer. And his favorite beat writer, Tom Silverstein, penned a very insightful piece, which I read last night, and we'll discuss coming up. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
But my microphones are not working, but
I turned you on. We're good.
no, it's not working.
I can hear you.
We hear you loud and clear.
My on button's not working.
Okay, understood. I will control it from here.
I don't want you controlling it. I don't like that one bit. What? So do I need to switch seats? Like, I'm literally pushing on, and nothing's lighting up. So, how am I doing, Jason? I was doing great. Now I'm annoyed. Does that answer your question? And
2 hours and 57 minutes to go.
And you guys wonder, well, Tausch, why don't you come in 5 days a week? I'm confused what the hell's going on in Green Bay. At some point, Jesse's idea on this Rich Bisaccia being the assistant head coach is the worst I've ever.
It was funny, though.
It is not an actual idea.
It was funny.
I
It
am
was a
not
joke.
advocating for it. It is a joke.
Oh, like lols.
Yes, lols.
By the way, when you text lols, LOLZ,
Yeah.
does that mean you're being sarcastic?
That's up for you to determine.
Well, no, I need to know because I got
I
one of those
need to know.
during the week, and I felt like it was maybe sarcastic.
Usually it's sarcasm when I said lols.
Sarcasm. Yeah, appreciate you.
Yeah, I don't. You either want the guy as the coach or you don't.
Indeed.
So I guess this is like you can't be half pregnant, right? I don't think. Is that a thing?
It's not, my understanding is that's not how that works.
This feels like a
Correct.
half pregnancy deal to me. You know? So what the hell's going on? Spoon's piece, and then there's, we'll offer him a 2-year extension at a fair rate, which we all kind of thought 14 to 15 a year is the rate. He's not going to take a nickel less than the old ball coach down at Chicago. So, if I'm Matt LaFleur, I'm saying no, because if you get fired, he's looking at these other guys' contracts and saying, well, no, they're walking with $85 million. Everybody knows how fickle this league is.
Luke Fickle. Luke Musgrave.
Indeed.
Sorry, go ahead.
Bill Musgrave. So I don't blame him one bit. And, on Vinny and the boys this morning on WTMJ, they were asking, and Gabe was on, I think, an hour before I was, and Gabe basically was like, what do the Packers care if they have to write him another $30 or $40 million check? And, obviously it's easy to spend other people's money, but Texas A&M wrote Jimbo Fisher a $90 million check to buy him out. Mm-hmm. This is the price of doing business. So, do you want him enough that you're going to give him $28 million for 2 years and extend him, or do you just want him enough to just pay him? Because the price is what the price is.
Just like Jordan Love was.
So yeah, I get it, man. You have to run a business, but the Packers' business, this isn't a penny pinching operation where it's. This is the big boy league, and they are a revenue producing. It is a revenue producing operation up there, man. They are great at it. Mm-hmm. And Matt LaFleur, you either think, yeah, he's a really good ball coach, because this thing unwinds pretty quickly. This is like this coaching deal is like a spool. You're a cat guy. It's a spool of yarn. You start pulling on that thing, all of a sudden, pretty soon, you ain't got a lot of yarn left. Defensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, O-line coach. These staffs fill up, and you want to have your pick of the yarn. And at some point, that spool...
Pick of the kitty litter.
And you're sitting there with one of those little deals, and you're flipping it up in the air, the empty spool, and you're sitting there saying, oof. Oof. So, is it the end of the world that we're at it right now? No. But indecisiveness it doesn't work in the NFL. There's too many deadlines and too many things unspool at a pretty quick pace. And that's kind of where we're at right now. I'm very surprised. I'm going to say shocked. Very surprised. We're going to be looking at probably, if it doesn't happen today, we're going to be looking at a week. And and I don't remember if it was Spoon or Rob that reported that they've been negotiating for 2 weeks prior. Understanding this NFL calendar is the way it is, it's time to get a little angsty if you want Matt LaFleur back. I think if this was as cut and dried as and by the way, still think it's going to get worked out. I think it'll end up probably being maybe a 3-year commitment rather than 2. Maybe Matt LaFleur's like, no, if you don't give me the 4 or 5 year, I'm not doing it. And then things can get to the point where you're looking to trade him. Mm-hmm. That, to me, those are your two options here. I don't envision LaFleur just agreeing to the 2. Is he going to take the 3, or are the Packers going to just give in everything? And, I'm not going to have the Joe Douglas leverage debates of
God,
2020.
I kind of wanted you to do that. That's exactly what I was hoping
They did
for
it on
today.
Unsportsmanlike this morning.
2022, is that the year the great leverage debate?
I thought it was 21.
23.
Maybe it's. I thought it was 22 or 23.
No,
The fact that we
they
have this
traded
many-
Rodgers at the 2023 draft.
The
It was
great leverage debate is.
I thought that was when he was negotiating to be back in Green Bay with the new deal. It's amazing that we have
but
multiple
Joe Douglas,
years we could
why would
pick
Joe
from.
Douglas care if he stayed in Green Bay?
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly.
That's
It's not the
different.
Aaron Rodgers leverage. Aaron Rodgers always had leverage until he didn't. I guess it's only the only leverage is how bad do you want Matt LaFleur as a coach? Like you'd say Matt LaFleur's got all the leverage. That's not true. If Ed Policy is looking for an out, this could be the out. But that is not going to reflect well on the organization if indeed you don't have a master plan that is executed at a high level if you don't bring Matt LaFleur back. So the easy thing to do, which, again, when you're in a leadership position, you don't always do the easy thing. The easy thing to do is give in and give Matt LaFleur everything he wants and then just write a check if it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. That's the easy thing to do. Mm-hmm. The hard thing to do is to keep your foot, put it down in the sand and say, no, this is where we're at, and if you don't like this, we're going to move in a different direction. Then all of a sudden that leverage goes to Matt LaFleur does not want to leave Green Bay. We all agree on that, right? Like you know Matt well. He don't want to leave. He's got a great thing here. He doesn't report, only reports to the big dog. He doesn't have to report. What?
Now wait a minute.
He reports that policy, right? He's not reporting to Goody.
So here's the thing, and this I thought was very interesting. I love to read on the radio. He's still there, right?
Yeah, he's here. He's moving over.
Okay, I just wanted to understand. This is the lead to Tom Silverstein's story on PackersNews.com. The reason negotiations are dragging between Green Bay Packers coach Matt LaFleur and the management duo of team president and CEO Ed Policy and general manager Brian Gutekunst isn't that complicated anymore.
I got to admit, I just missed everything because everything is just confusing in here. So what did you say?
Well, I guess
I'm super confused right now. I go to switch seats so I can actually use my mic, and now I can't hear anything.
Well, that was.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Okay, just can you do me a favor?
I
know you're irritated, and I don't like it when you're irritated because I don't want you to be irritated.
Trust me. Do you think I want to be irritated?
No, I know you don't want to be. Could you just stay there?
I don't know.
Until the segment's
Maybe.
over.
I can't promise anything. I'm thinking about going in the back booth and giving Jesse a noogie.
Well, I apologize to those listeners who are now going to hear me read this twice.
I like you a little irritated.
Well, you got it.
No, you don't.
Well, you got it. I have no idea when and if my mic's on, but yeah. All right.
It's
Let's
always
just assume
on.
it's always
It is
on.
always on.
The reason negotiations
Is
are
it on?
dragging.
Okay.
You would have got here on time. You could have done your warm-ups.
I was
We
on.
would've
I
known
was
this.
here on time.
Oh.
Not by much. Thank you, snowplows. Go ahead, Jason.
Good old
Are
Big
you telling
Linda.
me that they're switching the order? That's my guess is what you're saying. They're switching it back?
All right, let me just read what he wrote, okay? As he shoves his microphone away in disgust. The reason negotiations are dragging between Green Bay Packers coach Matt LaFleur and the management duo of team president and CEO Ed Policy and general manager Brian Gutekunst isn't that complicated anymore. Stop. Wait. Management duo? Well, wait a minute. Matt LaFleur is now negotiating with Policy and Goody?
Or Russ?
But I thought Brian Gutekunst and Matt LaFleur were on the same organizational flow chart plane.
They are.
Then why is he negotiating with the general manager, who is his equal?
Great question.
So, interesting that Spoon phrased it that way. Now, let me just quickly read the rest of this, so don't move. Now that 5 days have passed, the Packers have shown their hand that they want LaFleur back for the 2026 season. They have him under contract for another year, but waiting until the 2025 season was over has put them in a difficult negotiating place. The debate between the Packers and LaFleur's agent isn't as much about money as it is length, a pair of agents who have negotiated coaching contracts said. How much LaFleur deserves to get paid, probably around $14 million to $15 million per year, isn't as critical as how much security the seventh-year coach will have going into his eighth year. Now,
Interesting. Well, the duo thing is very interesting because if Matt LaFleur, if that is the case, I think he's probably irritated. Yep. Not as irritated as I am right now, but irritated nonetheless. Let's just play this thing out. Just
free agent year?
Just say Matt LaFleur's back next year. We don't know. We're going to go year to year. We're good. If Matt LaFleur, you want to flip leverage, Ed Policy just comes out today and says, we love Matt LaFleur. We can't come to terms on where we're at with this. We're just going to play this thing out.
The quote in Tom's story from one of the agents that he spoke with is really entertaining to me.
Okay.
There's still a little bit of a mom and pop organization, the first agent said, of the Packers not being proactive with signing LaFleur. You don't get to hedge your bets. Matt has some leverage. He's going to want a deal where he can coach knowing he's not going to get fired. And that's what we've said all along, right? Like, he's not going to – he doesn't want 1 or 2 years added on because that gives him, we'll just fire him after the 26th
Still
season.
gives him another $30 million if he gets fired.
It does, but he gets another job, and if there's offset language, he doesn't get that money. It's not like he gets to double dip like Ricky Jean-Francois.
Go
and
chill
his
for a year,
donuts.
do some media, if that's what you're interested in.
We'd love to have him. Weekly Matt LaFleur.
I don't think he'd be that good at media.
I don't know. I thought he was
I
pretty
would
good
bet
at the draft.
if the Packers fire him, I would bet he's probably got some coals that he wouldn't mind firing up. Yeah, there you go.
So we'll get further into this. We got Rob Demovsky coming up a little bit later in the program. But this, to me, is, and I just thought Spoon did a great job of encapsulating the whole issue here, which is basically, look, you can't extend him a little bit just so you have more flexibility to fire him. Now, what we talked about...
Hey, welcome to the world of a player.
Yeah, no doubt. You're 1,000% right about that.
I ain't gonna feel bad for either. I mean, I get it. If you,
not asking you to feel bad.
No,
for him,
if you can hammer home and get and all of their money is guaranteed. You ask players all the time to go play on a 1 year. Mm-hmm. Now, again, I told you before, you can't do it as a coach. Players and everybody else see it, and it is a sign of weakness. There's no doubt, and there's not like this. Let's rally and win it for Matt. Maybe there is, but you're going to have a coach that is not going to be happy. Mm-hmm. And that I don't think when you're an organization, you want everybody rowing the boat in the same direction, and there would be a lot of animosity. So you can't do it. But I don't think Green Bay has to just give in and give him 5 years and $100 million or whatever 5 times 15 is.
What's the compromise so this
3 year
long national nightmare is over?
3 years.
3 years, $45 million.
Yeah, and if you get fired, you get all of it.
And it extends. He's got 26, 27, 28, 29.
And maybe you just say we're not offsetting anything either. And then the Packers will say we'll offset 50%. I mean, players have split contracts.
Sure.
Young players do.
Okay. We'll talk more about this. I am very curious. I'm assuming, since I'm not in there, the YouTube comments there is overrun with folks that want LaFleur to not be the coach and are, let's be honest, there are parts of the fan base that are happy that this is taking as long as it is.
Well,
because they're hoping that it means that he won't be the coach anymore.
I do think, I just wonder how many Packer fans would be fine if it's just a prove-it year. Hey, you've had a good run, let it ride out. But I'm telling you, I don't think you'd like the way the locker room and everybody, I don't think it's a healthy thing.
Even though, and Jen Latta made this point, which I thought was a really good point when I was on with them this morning, even though it appears on the surface anyway that he is well-respected and well-liked by the players, would the players rally around him?
Is he in the organization?
Like by Goody?
Is he liked by the people in the building? Is Matt LaFleur respected and liked by the people in the building over there?
I think in the first couple of years, I had heard some stories about him rubbing people the wrong way. I have not heard anything close to that ever since. So I think he's matured and become well respected and appreciated. Yes,
so you do think the building wants him back and appreciates and
I can't speak for Ed Policy and Goody and Russ Ball.
I'm talking equipment guys,
staff,
seamstress.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm talking about the whole deal.
Yeah,
and I know everybody's like, "Oh, does that matter?" Well,
it does.
It matters if you win.
Yeah. Just like it matters that Gina Della wins, and you win because Pella Windows and Doors has a great deal going on.
And for your New Year's resolution, the sky is the limit with Pella's 0 interest for 4 years. Finance offer, no payments, no interest for 4 years. That's what I think LaFleur, maybe that'll be what the final number is, 4 years. No payments, no interest for 4 years. Think of everything you can do. You can get in a contract extension to be the head coach at a G&G. Get a college degree. Raise your toddler until they're ready for school. Could even serve a full term as the president. Start your own journey toward meeting your personal goals and enjoy Pella's highest quality products with exclusive features custom made for your home. Deal ends January 31st, so schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plans set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tausch here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU and Hoosiers!
Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana. Coverage begins Monday at 6:30 Eastern with kickoff at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
When a heart stops, the clock starts. You are the first responder until help arrives. In that moment, 4 minutes equals brain damage. 6 minutes equals too late in an emergency. The first responder is you. We need you. Will you be ready? Learn CPR. Visit heart.org/nation. That's heart.org/nation.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
I was afraid that college would be like high school. I worried about starting over and feeling alone. But I'm so glad I didn't let that stop me. At Madison College, I'm part of a community, and I've never felt alone. My instructors have been incredible, and I made so many friends and connections. My advice to others, don't let your fears stop you. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started. 4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
The holdup continues, and again, I think the point here, Tausch, and I think Tom Silverstein articulated it very well in his piece. The Packers aren't all in on Matt LaFleur.
No, they're not.
That's the message here.
Well, it's what do we always say? Words are words. Let me see about that action.
About that action, boss. I like that seat you're in now. Is that better for you?
I don't. No, I don't. Ashton came in and fixed the problem within 3 seconds, too. So kudos to Ashton. But
so does that mean you're moving back again?
I don't know. Pablo's got a big camera in my face, so I don't know if maybe just to annoy him, I might move.
Okay.
I might actually go outside and do it out in the hallway for one segment.
I guess we're
just bouncing around.
Can always drive back home if that works for you.
It's another option.
That's, to me, that's the issue. And do you blame Matt LaFleur for wanting more security?
No.
He's got some hand here.
He's got hand.
Despite the outcome of the season.
Yeah, I mean, obviously had the season, if we were playing Seattle this week, and Seattle's quarterback's dinged up, their left tackle's dinged up.
Yep.
So, who knows how that would have shaken out. But you win in the postseason, obviously your leverage goes up a ton when you have a gut punch loss like you did. There's a lot of doubt about Matt LaFleur's chops in the postseason. It's just the reality. And in Green Bay, all of the other stuff is just kind of whatever. Like, yeah, it's not like a birthright, but we're expected to be in the playoffs, and we're expected to be win in the regular season. So there's that doubt, and I think the front office obviously has a business to run, and you don't make a ton of money by constantly overpaying, but there are certain spots, quarterback, star players, Micah, and your ball coach. And I think, between this and Justice Mosqueda's article on coaches, I do think there is there's getting to be a rep on that end that the Packers aren't spending on the coaching staff the way other teams are. And I can just tell you this. I think the Packers they want to make sure, and I know this for sure, they want to make it where you as players have no excuses. It's about winning. We are going to give you, Mike McCarthy, hey, we're going to practice at night. And by the way, everybody hated it. But we're going to stay up till 7:30. We're going to start a practice at 7:30 and get done at 9:30. And we're going to go bring portable lights out to the practice fields at a cost of Lord knows what. Oh, we need to have synthetic turf in here at a cost of what? And the Packers didn't blink. Yep, we'll do it. So they are always going to, we need Better nutrition. Oh, we'll bring a nutritionist in. We're going to feed you 24/7. We're going to do everything so that when you're out there playing, it's you just go play. So I'm not buying all that with the agents talk. I don't think the Packers are opposed to. I do think it comes back to how bought in are they to the Matt LaFleur, because if they were convinced, they'd pay him a 4 or 5 year deal and they'd do it. And that is maybe where they'll end up getting. But then why go through that? Why go through this process if that's how you feel? Because you know this, and I think players in baseball, when you go through arbitration, they're going in there and you're getting bad-mouthed. Matt LaFleur, I don't know how the negotiation's going, but I can assure you when Matt's agent comes back and said they only want to give you a 1-year extension. What do you think how do you think Matt goes back and just talking to his friends and family? They're like, what the heck do I got to do here? This is what they're only going to give me 1 year? So it just adds a lot of contention to a scenario that if you really believed, you'd be like, yeah, all right, this is the going rate. It's not as if it's some big mystery. You got 7 years of data to tell you this is who Matt LaFleur is.
So help people understand, because you've said this a couple times today, and while I agree with you, the counterpoint to you can't have him coaching as a lame duck is not, well, Ed Policy said he doesn't want lame ducks. It's, well, Mike McCarthy did it last year, right, in 2024. Now, after the season, Mike will tell you, Jera offered him a 3-year deal, and he was like, no, I want more than that. Or maybe it was a 2-year deal, but he was offered the opportunity to stay as the coach of the Cowboys, and he turned it down and spent the year out of football without the golden parachute of having had time left on his contract. What is it about that approach that is untenable? Is it just that undermines the coach in the locker room? Because I think we're getting to a point where a lot of Packers fans are wondering, hey, if this is how you feel about him, and you're going to lose 5 in a row, including 2 to the Bears, including a playoff game, I don't want the Packers to commit to you either. Now, again, the polling from Bill Huber would indicate that group is loud in the YouTube comments and on social media and dialing 844-770-3776. But nevertheless, it's not that they don't have a point. It just, that's not how it tends to be done in this league. But the Cowboys did it last year. So why can't the Packers?
Well, they can, but as I told you, the Mike Sherman era, I got a 1-year extension, I think, and there's just, you want to feel like everybody, like there is a monster partnership and everybody is working together, and there's not like dissent, because you're going to have players that are in the last year of their deal that are going to be unhappy. But when you're winning, it's really a bad look if you're, being a dissident and you're not kind of along with the program. If you start losing, there becomes a cover your blank, let's protect ourselves, and that's the quickest way to lose. Mm-hmm. Lose a locker room. When you have 53 people all kind of looking out for themselves, and a coach that's kind of looking out for themselves, and we didn't get this, we didn't do that. It's the exact opposite of what I just told you the Packers are looking to do. The Packers organization, they don't want to give you excuses. They don't want to give you doubt. They want everybody to feel like we all are doing what we can. Our salespeople are selling. Everybody in this organization is doing everything we can to win. There aren't distractions of this, and that. And whether you like it or not, you get on a 2-game losing streak as a lame duck coach, all of those questions. And, yes, good locker rooms will overcome it. And I'm not saying that Matt LaFleur can't, and they wouldn't. Mm-hmm. But it adds another layer of media, of fan, and of uncertainty. And in this league, you can't have uncertainty. Doesn't work. Not at that position.
All right, I want to move this conversation forward or backward, as it were, because we've been trying to talk about this Justice Mosqueda piece from Acme Packers about the lowballing, underpaid, promote from within, save money and cut corners on assistant coaches approach, which would, again, underscore the mom and pop operation line that was in Tom Silverstein's story.
I don't who on earth is saying that the Green Bay Packers, as currently constituted, is a mom and pop? Have you been up there?
I'm just telling you what the agent called it from a negotiation standpoint, not from a facility standpoint.
No, I'm just talking. The organization, I think you could be more critical in saying it's not enough mom and pop. From a fan standpoint and everything else,
I'll agree with that.
When Mark Murphy took over, it went from Bob Harlan answering the phone saying, "Hey, talking to fans about this," to I mean, we are gonna find a way to make every dollar we can.
Yeah.
So I don't buy the whole. Anybody that's telling you it's a mom and pop operation.
Well, I think that was meant as the way they negotiate and the way they still try to cut corners.
Some people
financially.
call that just ruthless.
Good. I'm just telling. It's not my quote.
You go into a mom and pop store, you don't see ruthlessness. You say, "Oh, let me clean that up for you." Oh, mom and pop spots are like cutthroat,
especially with blueberry pies.
Cutthroat stuff. That mom and pop, no.
Okay.
I can't get on board
whatever
with that.
Whatever you want to call it, they save money by not paying assistant coaches and promoting from within because it's cheaper, as Justice outlines in his piece. So we will talk about that coming up. I also I saw Romeo Dobbs's post on his Instagram, and I shared that on Twitter, and it has like 4,000 likes, which is a
nice
lot.
Job. That's
no, it's Jesse Nelson territory. Is what it is.
Good job, Jesse. Way to get that engagement.
Viral.
And then I also shared the quote of the locker room cleanout, which is also getting very high engagement. I have no interest in engagement.
What do you mean you have no interest in engagement?
That's not what engagement. I want engagement on the show.
What is this, a mom and pop shop?
No, it's social
Let's
media.
Get ruthless.
I don't
get
want
some clicks.
Okay, I'm not. No. If those people are converting and listening to the show, great. I don't see that carryover, but nevertheless,
what do you mean you don't see that carryover? I don't think our numbers are been better. There's
not
carryover.
because
pretty good week.
It's because of the subject matter, not because of a video of. Not because of a video of what Micah Parsons said in the locker room.
No, that Micah Parsons video is intriguing. And let me tell you something. When people are intrigued, they're more likely to say, "Oh, let me hear more."
They say, "Wow, I wanted Jason Wilde show. I'm going to listen to his show."
That's interesting that Wilde did that.
See what he has to say about this.
Yeah, That's exactly what. You're right, because I'm looking at
I'm sorry, I didn't realize we got Johnny Algorithm. Put up Johnny Algorithm. Now he knows conversion rates and everything. Look at you, Johnny Algorithm. What a guy, huh?
Why don't you go find a different microphone?
How do you spell algorithm?
It's a hard word to spell. You'll have to spell it. Just put it in ChatGPT.
Algorithm. Can you just tell us about American Family Insurance,
Jason,
please?
Since 1927, they've been committed to making life better with the right home and auto protection. All so you're free to enjoy your dreams. They've been a proud partner of Wilde and Tausch since the beginning. Insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
Johnny Algorithm here, pointing out that Mark Tauscher sends things from Twitter all the time. He doesn't follow the person that he got it from. He doesn't listen to their radio show after he sends us the link.
Yes, if something is interesting, I see where's the tone from this coming.
You do. You're going. So you're telling me that when there's a podcast that posts some clip, you then go and listen to the podcast? Is that what you're telling me?
I'll say this. There's times I'll do it, and I'll be like, oh, that was interesting. I'm going to go back and listen to that when I'm in a car. Oh, yes, absolutely I do.
Okay.
Or you say, wow, I didn't know this podcast existed. Now I do, and even though I might not listen to it today, I'm aware that it exists, and I may tune in at a different time.
Jesse's right.
Well, we exist, and we'll talk more next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Packers.
We were in the postseason what we were all throughout the regular season.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
A good team that couldn't put 4 quarters together.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie. Well, lately there have been a lot of things said about the average cost of new cars, and sometimes those numbers can sound pretty big. But if you're concerned about not being able to afford a new SUV at Zimbrick Chevrolet, I'm here to say you can. Head to ZimbrickChevrolet.com right now, and you can use the filters to search the vehicle inventory by price to see what I mean. Select vehicles under $30,000, and you'll find a new 2026 Trax starting at just over $25,000. Also, a new 2026 Chevy Trailblazer starting just under $26,000. And the family-friendly 2026 Chevy Equinox starts at $29,999. with over 25 different options to choose from. If you expand the search up to $35,000, the list gets even longer, so there are still a lot of great SUVs that offer affordability. Check out all the great options, including searching by price, at ZimbrickChevrolet.com or stop in on Main Street in Sun Prairie to meet with their great team. The bottom line is, you never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU and
Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana. Coverage begins Monday at 6:30 Eastern with kickoff at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Hi, it's Eric from Canopy Wealth Management. Our years of experience have prepared us to guide you through your life transitions. Our local professional team brings over 90 years of collective experience in the wealth management industry for the benefit of our clients. Canopy Wealth Management. Care, competence, clarity. It's not just a tagline, it's a promise. Go to canopy-wealth.com to get started on your financial future today. That's canopy-wealth.com.
What was that?
It was just me, or I got such a bargain. Poorly constructed sofa falling apart.
I just bought you.
Yeah, well, I did just turn 3, I'm 67 in sofa years. I am so ready to retire and move to Miami.
I knew I should have listened to my mother and bought that other sofa from Steinhoffel's. It was so strong and comfy.
Tired of furniture that doesn't hold up to its end of the bargain? Steinhoffel's has quality furniture for every style and budget. Relax. It's Steinhoffel's.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Mark Tausch here, and your seat at the table just got better at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Return to Hard Rock Casino Rockford's high-limit room, where the odds are in your favor. With enhanced game rules, including blackjack, where the dealer stands on soft 17, you'll enjoy better odds, faster play, and the kind of authentic high-limit action that sets Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. Visit the high-limit room and rediscover your game on your terms, in your rhythm, and with your edge at Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment, and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
The Don has spoken.
You've got a combination quarterback. You don't have to hang your hat on just throwing or just running the ball. That could add so much to our offense. I'm excited.
Listen to the Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
We'll get into what Micah Parsons said, and we'll get into Romeo Dobbs' future in the 10 o'clock hour. Plus, we'll talk to Rob Demovsky of ESPN.com. But let's talk a little bit about the story that we have not talked about but mentioned for several days, and the idea of skimping on the cost of assistant coaches. Now, obviously, Rich Bisaccia is the exception. But if you look at the special teams and the example of Darren Rizzi back in 2019, who they were unwilling to pay. So they went with a guy in Sean Menenga, who had coordinated exactly one special teams group, and that group, of course, was the Vanderbilt University. They do skimp. They lose Anthony Campanile to become the defensive coordinator for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they promote Sean Duggan. Now, that doesn't mean Sean Duggan is not a good coach, and he's been with Jeff Hafley.
Do the Doogie.
He's been with Jeff Hafley. That was the drop. That was what was worth turning the microphone on.
No, for whatever reason, I had a great line from a Rob Demovsky standpoint. What doesn't matter how much you pay coaches. What does it matter that Rich Bisaccia is the highest paid coach? Because
for expectations.
Yeah, no blank. But Rob, no. Well, does it matter if you're paying a quarterback league minimum or $60 million? Like, come on. But I didn't get to get that drop in, which was
so. Basically, the bottom line is that they have a lot of promotion from within, so they don't get a lot of outside ideas, and they don't pay, so they don't have and again, that you can be the judge of which guys have been good coaches and which ones haven't based on what their position groups have done and whatever else. But basically, they don't have a top flight staff. Tausch,
I mean, just because somebody says that, listen, I thought Justice's article was very good. It was interesting. But who says that our staff sucks?
Yeah, I'm not necessarily saying it does.
You didn't say that, but you were parroting that.
Yeah, my point is that especially given the uncertainty now with the head coach and all the moving pieces there are with all these different openings for head coaches, there's going to be some serious musical chairs going on here. And if you're still kind of putzing around, you may end up without a seat, or you may end up without
How much are we paying Jeff Hafley?
It's a great question. No idea. Again, I wish there was a database
to get him away from. I mean,
he's several $1 million a year. I would assume
is the highest paid special teams coordinator.
At least he was. I don't know if he still is.
He shouldn't be. I have a hard time just buying the basic premise that the Packers are cheap and they go young at certain spots. Obviously, on the roster, which I, by the way, 1,000% agree with. As far as coaching goes,
there is no salary cap.
Do they promote from within? Well, find me a good organization that doesn't bring in young people and that grow, and then you let them grow with you. Mm-hmm. I don't think that's a bad thing. So now they also, and you could give Matt LaFleur grief about keeping Joe Barry too long, 1,000% right. Firing, Drayton and Menenga, and totally, I get it. Mm-hmm. But this whole idea that Green Bay isn't going to pay top dollar or pay what they need to pay for a good staff, would Matt LaFleur tell you his staff sucked the last 2 or 3 years?
No, but he might say that he definitely faced limitations in terms of what he was allowed to spend. Right? He might say that with a beer on the table.
Take Darren Rizzi out of the equation because that's the easy one. Mm-hmm. And obviously that was a mistake. I don't know how good he would have been here either.
Well, I wonder what Jimmy Leonard wanted to be the defensive coordinator.
You don't
and
think
if it was more than what it cost to get Joe Barry.
Was that a money deal?
I don't know. I'm just saying that we can't say that we definitely know that it wasn't a money deal. Right?
Well, Jimmy Leonard got offered the job. Yeah, he passed.
Okay, but what reasons what could be one of the reasons why you turned it?
Maybe talk to Mike Patton?
Sure. There's a number of reasons, right? One of them could be money. I don't know that it is or isn't, and I'm not saying it was or wasn't. I'm just saying we can't rule that out as being part of the equation.
I'm saying right now, the Packers are not cheap. They're not.
Okay.
Are you saying
and you're basing that on your gut?
No, I'm basing it on what they paid Jeff Hafley to come in. I'm basing it on what they paid Rich Bisaccia. So you could sit and say they're not paying enough for the third analytics guy. These are like entry-level jobs with some of this stuff. You don't need to go pay top dollar for every spot.
I understand, but what I would say is what you're saying to me is presuming because they print money at that building that you find it hard to believe that they would be cutting corners because they don't really need to.
I'd be fascinated to ask Matt LaFleur, how many times did you not get a guy because the Green Bay Packers wouldn't pay the going rate for that position, Coach?
Yeah,
Didn't they just go get the dude from New England to come in and fix that spot? And I'm sure they didn't. I bet you they had to pay him, right?
Again, I think Justice talked to a bunch of agents that represent coaches.
Okay.
So he talked to people about this. So that formulated this story. We're doing it based on, well, come on, the Packers are cheap. Why would they be cheap? They got more money than God over there.
And that's why it was an interesting article. But that was more of an age thing than it was a money thing, wasn't it?
I think it's both. I think it's both.
But you're always going to pay young people less than established veteran coaches, right?
I would agree. And I also think part of the equation is that Matt LaFleur is loyal, and you could argue loyal to a fault, which I've heard people say.
Yeah.
Because he had trouble firing Maurice Drayton, who is a really nice guy. Very likable guy, Maurice Drayton. But not good enough as a special teams coordinator. And think about how drawn out that was. And then there was the idea that he might be reassigned because LaFleur liked him so much. He wanted to keep him on the staff. And then he ended up, I think I don't know if he still is, but I think he ended up as like the head coach at the Citadel. Like, my point is that there's something, let's not just totally
the Citadel part of the Army-Navy deal?
No.
I think it is a military academy style school, but it is not run by the government.
They're not in the Army, Navy, Air Force little deal that they do every year. No.
That Coast Guard team had a really good year, though.
Space Force.
Just got to get them off of water.
Got to get a Space Force squad.
Play all their games on
World's
aircraft
Championship.
Carriers. Military, at least. So my point is simply this is another layer to the putting together the full picture. You're right. You need lights for practice at night. They pay that. You need a higher level of nutrition. They pay to bring in a guy who worked with the Olympic teams for a long time. Like, I understand what you're saying is that it is incongruous with the way they've spent money elsewhere. They also keep raising the ticket prices. Everything else is more expensive there. So they have plenty of money. So why do they skimp on this? I don't know. But again, based on the multiple agents that he talked to, they do that.
Okay.
And now here we're sitting with the LaFleur situation, and you're wondering, okay, just if you keep dawdling about this, sooner or later you're going to regret getting and here's a good point. Aren't they trying to not pay taxes in the Brown County, Green Bay, Ashwaubenon area?
Okay, well then, so the Kansas City Chiefs are cheap, the Chicago Bears are cheap, every team that gets tax breaks are cheap? Like, come on, that's not an argument. Every business that you ever have heard of, when they're building new stuff, wants TIF money or they want something buy-in from the community. I get what you're saying. Oh, the Packers got $600 million in war chest. Why are they doing this, this, and this? I understand it, but let's not turn a blind eye that this is a business and people in business do this. That's what happens. So you can say it's cheap or you can say it's savvy, depending on which area you want to look at it.
Well, if you're winning Super Bowls, then you can do whatever you want, right? At some point,
the Bears winning Super Bowls, and they're sitting there flirting with Northwest Indiana.
Yeah. Do the Bears have all the things they want right now?
I don't know. You have to ask. I don't know.
No, I think the answer is pretty clearly no right now. Right? That they do not have what they want.
What did you say yesterday? I could be wrong, but I'm not.
That's in some phases that is true. This phase, listen, I am not opposed to you guys arguing that the Packers are cheap. You go ahead. And there's some very valid points. The Darren Rizzi, the bottom line is if your head football coach is very certain and strong that this person is going to help your team win, and they go to bat, and then they say, no, we're not paying that, that ain't okay. That's not.
And Darren Rizzi, who has gotten some head coaching interviews now as well, it would appear that he has done better than anybody that they have had in that role since they weren't able to hire him. So whatever that, you take that for what it's worth.
Yep.
Bottom line is, right now the Packers are in limbo with their head coach who's under contract for next year because, as Tom Silverstein in those conversations with those agents points out, that the Packers basically, their actions would tell you they don't want to be on the hook for a guy that they might want to fire next year anyway. And that Matt LaFleur wants some measure of security so he's not coaching looking over his shoulder all next year.
So are you of the belief that the Packers should just do what Matt LaFleur wants, and then if it doesn't work out,
then fire him anyway.
Suck it up and pay the big bill. That's
right.
What
and then when but I do think it's very fair to say, look, we're going to have the offset language all in there that when you become the Falcons coach or whoever has an opening next year, that then we're off the hook for a bunch of the money.
Absolutely.
That's
I
don't think that's unreasonable.
Absolutely.
But
the Baltimore Ravens are totally off the hook with Harbaugh, and their owner actually told them, you sure? You're 63. Go and spend a year of our money. We're happy to pay it.
Right.
And Harbaugh's like, nah, I'm good. I'm going to go coach again.
Right.
LaFleur, LaFleur, if he got fired, would chomp to get back probably with an interdivision team to stick it to the G&G. So that offset language, this whole scenario does come back to tell you how much do the Green Bay Packers want Matt LaFleur.
Yes.
We'll find out.
Those are their actions.
Yes. That part I'm totally agreeing with you about. Yep. But let's not sit here because there is $600 million war chest or whatever it is. Let's not sit here and just say, who cares about throwing $50 million away?
Right.
Nobody
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
there are
with the
some
offset
that are
language, they're not throwing $50 million away. He's not going to not get another job.
You don't know. But in fairness, you don't know that.
That's true. I can't guarantee that. But come on. By the way, I never thought they would trade for Micah Parsons. There's part of me that's like, well, there's no way they're going to trade Matt LaFleur to the Falcons or to the Titans. And now the lesson I learned from the Micah Parsons trade is that nothing is out of bounds. So we could be sitting here a week from now, and they've acquired a second-round pick from the Titans.
I got a question for you, and let's put these dots together. Let's windy this. You just said Silverstein said the duo, right?
Yeah.
And everybody knows this thing is siloed off now where we got one guy, and we got three silos underneath. It's Russ, it's this. They're reporting. I don't think Ed Policy could make a trade. Like, could Ed Policy call the GM of the Falcons? Could he call Matt Ryan and say, hey, let's do a second-round pick for LaFleur? Or does Goody have to do that?
Yeah, I don't know. I would say that this would fall under the president's purview with the discussion with the general. He's not calling Matt Ryan and saying we're trading Micah Parsons to you. It's not a player for player or player for draft.
It's still an NFL
trade.
Transaction.
Sure.
Trade.
Do I think that would be a discussion with Goody? Obviously, but I don't think when you're talking about the employment of a coach, like Gruden got traded, right?
He did. Yep. Bill Belichick got traded. Sean Payton got traded.
So I would say that the owner, or in this case the president, would have the final say on that. But again, also add this to the equation. Then we got to get out we got one more segment left in the 9 o'clock hour. Add this to the equation. You trade Matt LaFleur, you're hiring a new coach. You can put in that structure of Goody being in charge and hiring the coach now.
I just don't understand why Ed Policy would want to give up power.
I don't either. But again, another thing we agree on.
The more you listen to people that are digging in here,
I'm just fascinated by the wording Spoon used there.
Say it again.
Well, I closed that out. Hold on. Here you go. Yes, the wording, the first sentence of his story. And again, unless this was an announcement I missed. The reason negotiations are dragging between Green Bay Packers coach Matt LaFleur and the management duo of team president and CEO Ed Policy and general manager Brian Gutekunst isn't that complicated anymore.
Huh. That makes me think that it is very intriguing.
I just don't, we'll ask Rob Demovsky if he would depict the management duo the same way. He's going to come up in the 10 o'clock hour. We've got to finish out the 9 o'clock hour, and I need to tell you about Grubel Offices. One call, that's all. Hope you never have to make the call. I was out there on the roads today. They were slippery. I saw an accident on my way home from dropping Maddie off at school. I was like, ooh, hope they didn't suffer any serious injuries, but if they did, they know who to call. Grubel Offices. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666, or go to the website, gruber-law.com. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tosher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've told you for a while about how much I love Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Here's the winning play of the season. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at just $19.99. Feed your crew before the game, after the game, or while you watch. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order now at pizzahut.com and on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com. Wisconsin men's hoops riding a 3-game win streak after an electric buzzer beater at Minnesota. Former Badger Freddie Owens on the confidence the streak gives the Badgers with March just around the corner.
I'm seeing a lot of resilience in this team, and that's what it takes, especially if you want to compete and win. They took care of business against UCLA, and it has spearheaded into a nice little win streak with a couple of huge wins, that does wonders for a team morale and confidence. So I'm excited to see.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Happy New Year and happy new engagement. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. You have heard me talk about corporate, fundraising, and even casino events, but we are also amazing wedding DJs. Never cheesy and always the perfect fit for the perfect couple. Please let us help you narrate your wedding day love story while playing an amazing soundtrack that will rock your dance floor. Create lifelong memories of your one special day. Do it right and do it with celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going, lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
The most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the Executive Director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
When you or a loved one are faced with an unexpected injury or illness, Stoughton Health's urgent care is there for you. Stoughton Health has 4 convenient urgent care locations for the care you need without the wait. We have urgent care locations in Stoughton, Oregon, McFarland, and Cottage Grove with extended hours to fit your schedule. Stoughton Health accepts over 160 insurances, including Dean Health Plan, Quartz, Humana, and more. Please visit stoughtonhealth.com for more information. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Madison, Tuesday, January 20th, we'll be broadcasting KBN live on site at the UW Bookstore on State Street from 2 to 5 p.m., celebrating IKEA's brand new partnership with UW Madison. IKEA is now closer than ever with their new pickup point inside the University Bookstore. You can order online and pick it up as soon as the next day, and it's free for IKEA family members. So swing by the UW Bookstore, check out the new IKEA pickup point, and come hang out with KBN live from 2 to 5 on Tuesday, January 20th.
We're on the Packers
I'd love to see LaFleur in a lame duck year to see how it affected him.
because we're on Wisconsin sports.
Because maybe it'd make him better.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
We stay in limbo on the Packers coaching situation, and I don't see a lot of people who are supportive of a lot of different things that Matt LaFleur has done. I'm surprised that there aren't more people that are saying, hey, hold the line. Hey, make him coach out his contract, just like a player would. I feel like that's kind of the next horizon. And if that ends up being the case and the way the Packers approach this, then I'm really eager to see how this plays out. What are you doing over
I just I want to give Jeff a shout out for sending me this awesome mug. Awesome mug.
It is an awesome mug.
Tausch.
Yeah.
Pretty
we
cool
will
mug.
get to.
Yeah, I think fans are looking at it, and I always get a kick out of when it's, we can't spend that much on Rashawn Gary. You can't spend that much. I love the fact that everybody takes it so personal. Like, that's a unique thing, I think, for the G&G. But it's the price of doing business. And Matt LaFleur is not going to coach on a one-year deal. Like, he's not. Just like you see, some players, Micah Parsons was not going to play on a fifth-year option last year. And guess what? It used to be organizations held firm and said, blank off. We're not going to pay you. And I do think there's been a swing of the pendulum for we want volunteers, to quote the great Mike Tomlin, not hostages. Mm-hmm. Matt LaFleur is either going to be the head coach and it's going to be a shorter contract than what he wants, or he's going to get what he wants. He is not going to come back on a one-year prove-it deal because he feels like he's proved it already and he wants the security of the other part. I get why fans are saying tough break, but the reality of the business of the NFL is that's not going to be the case. And Matt LaFleur and his team should not say, oh, yeah, we'll do this. Mike McCarthy was in a different boat. I'm sure Mike would have loved to have a 3-year extension, and then he's getting paid from Jera. But if you look around the league, the owners kind of, they understand that players will get hurt and you got to pay them when they're not playing. Or maybe they're not playing at the level and they got to kind of suck it up. I do sense that there is, even Robert Kraft was complaining about how expensive it was to fire Jared Mayo and all of the coaches that he had. Mike Brown out in Cincinnati won't do it. Jerry Jones. Here these guys are making hundreds of millions of dollars a year and their value of their franchise is up. But for whatever reason, there are some owners that just don't feel like paying. Now, the Las Vegas Raiders will pay 5 coaches, and they are. I want to say they're paying their 4th coach. The next coach that gets hired will be the 4th coach that's getting paid still. But most owners are looking at it, and they, for whatever reason, this is their Custer's last stand. And I don't know if the Packers are in that boat as well, but it certainly feels like they are fighting hard to get what they want with this coaching deal. Whereas with Micah Parsons, boy, they got that deal done quick. And that deal got done lickety-split because they wanted him bad enough. And they knew it was going to be a difference maker. And you don't dawdle when you're doing those type of things.
You also don't dawdle when it comes to going down to Hard Rock Casino Rockford to enjoy the fruits of your wagers.
And some noodles and some steak.
or you didn't get any of them right after it looked like you were going to.
Yeah, we struck out, but we sure had fun. I think we had a great time going down to Hard Rock Casino Rockford, 60 minutes from the greater Madison area. And right now, the high limit room, odds are in your favor. Enhanced game rules, including blackjack, where the dealer stands on that soft 17. You're going to enjoy better odds, faster play, and the kind of authentic high-limit action that sets Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. And this is a great weekend to go down there. You got all those beautiful TVs. You can sit there. You got everything that you're looking for. You can get in. Jesse's got some slips, it looks like, in there. What do you got, Jell?
Well, these are our we got to do a ceremonial burial.
We're burning those things. I just don't know. I'm sure I'm sure there's probably fire code up here, so we'll have to go outside today. Maybe we'll go outside and burn them after the show, because they're dead. No 9.5 wins. None of it, which still irritates me. But it doesn't irritate me that high limit room down in. You can play with your rhythm, your edge at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Again, right off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois.
The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. If you're still working on your New Year's resolutions, right now, congrats. You've officially made it past Quitter's Day. More than 70% of people give up by now, so take your win. Iron Jock wants to reward you. From now through January 27th, our listeners can get 30% off any Iron Jock purchase over $75 when you use promo code ESPN30. And you also score a free 3-pack of Iron Jock socks at $25 value. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
Norman, it's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street, and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Nearly a week has passed since the Packers were eliminated in the wild card round of the playoffs at the hands of the rival Chicago Bears in an epic collapse Saturday night at Soldier Field. Still no word or clarity on the future for Matt LaFleur as the head coach of the Green Bay Packers. ESPN NFL Nation Packers reporter Rob Demovsky scheduled to appear in about 10 minutes on Wilde and Tausch here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel with the latest insights on what is happening for the future of the head coach in Titletown. So keep it locked right here to Wilde and Tausch. Meanwhile, basketball, the Bucks lose last night in San Antonio against the Spurs. Another drubbing, 119-101. The Bucks fall in San Antonio. They're next in action Monday afternoon, MLK Day matinee, visiting the Atlanta Hawks. Tip time is set for noon. Listen to it right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. College basketball, Wisconsin hosts Rutgers tomorrow at the Kohl Center at 1 o'clock. Men's hockey, number 2, Wisconsin, number 4, Michigan State tonight.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. We'll have Rob Demovsky coming up shortly. Tausch, I did want to ask you about this because we haven't gotten to it yet. We spent a lot of time on the Matt LaFleur situation, and rightfully so.
Jason, are the Packers cheap?
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah, I do. I think so, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think they pour plenty of money into the program, which is not cheap, right? They're doing plenty of expansion to the building. They're doing all those kinds of things. But I think when it comes to people, I think there is a cheapness to them, yes. That's my opinion.
Okay.
And they certainly continue to charge plenty for their tickets and pricing out some of their fans. But yes, I think justice may very fair points, and I do think that's the case.
By the way, great article by Justice. You always want to think, right? That's why I read all your stuff, because you always make me think. But
hey, thanks.
The question is, do you go young to stay cheap, or do you go young because they're hungrier? And that really, to me, was the crux of that article on my end.
Yeah, I mean, look, there are probably more examples that we don't know about of, cutting corners and hiring guys that are less expensive. I'm not really worried about that. I do think that their young rosters are the way to go, but like, what's the old saying? Everything in moderation, including moderation.
Oh, that's a good quote. That Twain?
I don't know who that is.
Bob Moore.
Bob Moore.
Yeah, exactly. But I would argue,
that's good, Jesse.
I would argue that it is detrimental if you don't have a few. And I know the other saying about when you make exceptions, you end up with a team full of exceptions. But
I haven't heard that one.
When there's 70 guys, including the practice squad, plus all the guys that are on injured reserve, and the only 2 guys that have had their 30th birthday, before Elton Jenkins had his 30th birthday on December 26th, were the kicker and the long snapper. There's probably a little bit of mitigation.
It would have been nice to have a younger kicker.
Well, at least someone who would have made the kicks in the playoff game. That certainly would have helped. Speaking of young guys that are not going to be on this team anymore, it would appear, even though they are young, it is Romeo Doubs. And he posted a series of photos on his Instagram yesterday. Maybe it was just an appreciation for a great year with his guys.
You sound lousy here.
But I don't think that's probably the case. And I wonder, Micah Hyde told us many years ago on this very program.
Evan Williams. You meant Micah Hyde. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. They haven't told Evan Williams this yet. He's got a couple of years left on his deal.
Oh, they're not going to tell Evan Williams that.
But they told Micah Hyde, with 6 games left in the final season of his contract, that they would not be re-signing him, which I still don't understand, but that's neither here nor there. Why would you do that? That doesn't exactly...
Hey, we all love directness and honesty.
Fuel to go play well so you can get paid more somewhere else in the offseason.
That's true, and we'll have to wait and see if that happens with other players. But I found myself wondering if that was prompted by the Packers saying, look, thank you for your service. We drafted Golden. We drafted Savion Williams. We're going to definitely let you test the market, and we thank you for the 4 years you've had. And I don't have a problem with that mentality with him. At the same time, he was their best player in the playoff game by far. Guy finished with 124 receiving yards and a touchdown. He was targeted 11 times. That was pretty big time. I think I may have still lost the. Steinhoffel
so
sleeper.
You took Romeo Doubs as your
I think so,
sleeper?
Yeah. Well, he'd fumbled. He'd been a non-factor for a while. Point being, he's gone,
boys.
right?
Let's go. Okay. That's my Uncle Norb used to say that when he didn't think things were fair, he'd just pull the team off the field and say, let's go, boys. We're getting out of here. So that's what I just did with
Uncle
son.
Norb?
Yeah, Uncle Norb.
He's gone, right? Not Uncle Norb. I mean, he may be going
Uncle Norb passed a while ago, yep.
Yeah.
Gonna miss him.
Yeah, Uncle Norb was he was a G, as we call it. He was a G.
Will Romeo Doubs be wearing a different letter on his helmet next season?
Yes. Yep. Unless he's gonna, the Packers cheap out and give him a low ball and he takes it. I mean, maybe, but I would think that he's probably seen the writing on the wall. I'll be fascinated. Nobody's going to pay him number one money.
There have been a lot of wide receivers that have gotten a lot more money than I would have expected them to. Maybe he's one of them.
Let me ask you this. If the incident of him leaving the team, which I've never seen happen before, and missing a game, if that doesn't happen, even though I think we can all say he rebounded pretty doggone good from that, Came back, had a pretty good season. If that doesn't happen, is he still a Green Bay Packer?
Maybe not, only because of the way they drafted. Now, would they have drafted differently if that had never happened? That's the question.
Savion Williams ain't getting drafted if that's the case. Matthew Golden is going to be one of the guys next year.
Yeah, no doubt. As well he should be.
There ain't room. And unless, again, Romeo, the issue you're going to have, I'm guessing Jordan Love will go to bat in a big way. How much do you want to piss your quarterback off?
It's fair.
He obviously loves.
They didn't care about what the last quarterback thought. So
well, you talk
are
about
they going to care what this one does?
Cobb. No, they did. It took 20 years, but they want Jordan Love would love Romeo Doubs back.
I would agree with that statement. Yeah.
And if the problem is at some point, and I don't remember the receivers at Vrabel that said, "We'll tell you who the number one is when we pay him."
Yeah.
Well, they didn't pay Christian Watson as a number one, but he is going to be the number one receiver next year.
I agree with that as well.
And Matthew Golden's going to be 2, and Jaden Reed's going to be 3.
And
so
Dontavian
Romeo Doubs
Wicks
will be coming back as a 4 if he comes back, and that ain't going to happen.
Yeah, somebody else will pay him more than the Packers are willing to. All right, speaking of paying, we've spent time talking about the Matt LaFleur situation. We'll see what Rob Demovsky has to say about that coming up. You know, he works for ESPN. I bet he gets the ESPN app as part of his compensation package. You can get it and have everything you need to be the ultimate sports fan. When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season is over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is, because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. There is no off season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. So it's always in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app to your TV or phone today. Rob Demovsky of ESPN.com scheduled to appear next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, and even though it's the first weekend in a long time without any local football to enjoy, you know I'm still feeling good on this Feelgood Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. Well, does your next paint project call for bold colors of your favorite team, like green and gold or cardinal and white? Well, for whatever your next project calls for, do what my family did and trust Holman Lindsay's pro painters to get the job done right. Choosing the pros is the way to go. All you have to do, get connected with them, is to stop into any of Holman Lindsay's Madison area locations, ask, and they'll help find the pro painters best suited for what you need. And remember, Holman Lindsay Paint is the one paint you can trust to withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. Holman Lindsay, great paint, great people. And stick around for Feelgood Friday, coming up to close out today's show, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU and
Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana. Coverage begins Monday at 6:30 Eastern, with kickoff at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious. With multiple engine options and impressive towing, while Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Your New Year routine just got a major refresh thanks to Carbless. Staying mindful, Carbless has 0 sugar and 0 carbs. Watching calories? We've got you covered. Still want something bold and delicious? Well, that's our specialty at Carbless. Whether you're out celebrating or settling into post-holiday goals, Carbless keeps things light, fun, and completely guilt-free. Start your 2026 with flavor and no compromise. Celebrate the new year with bold flavor, 0 guilt, and a drink that keeps things light. Happy New Year from Carbless. Let's make your new year feel flawless.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Mark Tausch here for Iron Jock. If you're still working on your New Year's resolutions, right now, congrats! You've officially made it past Quitter's Day. More than 70% of people give up by now, so take your win. Iron Jock wants to reward you. From now through January 27th, our listeners can get 30% off any Iron Jock purchase over $75 when you use promo code ESPN30. And you also score a free 3-pack of Iron Jock socks at $25 value. Iron Jock helps you look good, smell good, and keep showing up.
Gruber Law Offices, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Call us today if you've been injured. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch, and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Well, wait a minute. I thought this was Bulaga's royalty-free walk-up music.
This is our universal Packers expert NFL people music.
Okay, all right. God, I miss Springsteen and Airborne Toxic Event. Joining us now from ESPN.com, it is Rob Demovsky from his humble abode in the greater Green Bay Metroplex. Rob, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Some of the other shows that I'm on your station are still using the old music, the real music.
Yeah, I don't want this to sound douchey.
No, it's going to be douche. It's totally going to be douchey.
100%.
You're taking a higher ground? You're taking a stand? Is that what you're going to say?
No, apparently they're
I probably tread lightly here.
Okay, I'll just leave it. I'll just say that apparently it affects us more on YouTube and Spotify than it affects other shows.
Well, I'm sure your ratings are higher. I'm sure you got higher viewership.
I'm not here.
Only
to say
when you're
like
on,
that.
Rob.
Only when Rob's on. Yep,
through the roof.
Yeah, right here.
Rob, why is this deal not done with LaFleur yet?
So here's the thing, Tausch. Like, this just isn't as simple as a contract extension for Matt LaFleur. It's just not that simple. Like, there's a lot of structure things to work through if Ed Policy wants to go back to the old structure, which from everybody I've talked to over the last 3 months, and this isn't just the last couple of weeks, that Ed would prefer to go back to the old structure. Now, why is...
Rob, Ed Policy wants to give up power.
Yeah. No, I heard
wow.
you guys. Trust me, I've been listening to the last half hour, 45 minutes of your show while I was snow blowing and doing a bunch of other stuff. So
you use your snowblower, huh? You actually take your snowblower out?
Yeah, I showed you.
Wilde's got this beautiful snowblower, and it has never left the garage.
It's like Ferris Bueller's buddy's car. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's tougher and prefers the shovel. I'm not that tough.
Yeah, I'm with Rob. Team Rob.
So I've been listening to everything you guys have been talking about. And yeah, I don't know why he would give up power. I don't know. Ed's background is in business. Maybe he chooses to focus on, the business side of the organization. The complicated part, Tausch, is it would be easy to go back to the old structure if you were wiping out one or both of the GM or the coach. But it's just not that simple. There's a lot of language, a lot of contract stuff, a lot of things to be done there. So in addition to what is probably a difficult negotiation to begin with the head coach, the other thing, too, is Russ Ball is in this same contract cycle. So it's very possible that Ed wants all those 3 done at the exact same time, and they're working through all those things as well. And, the strange thing is Russ Ball is a contract negotiator, right? So he's got to negotiate against the organization that he negotiates for when it comes to his own deal. So this isn't just that. It's just not that simple.
So since you were listening while you were snow blowing and waiting to come on, which
I actually wrote down some notes of things that I wanted to talk about.
All right, bring it up.
Well,
let's let Rob take over.
The first thing I heard when I tuned in was the Darren Rizzi bullcrap bullshit argument. Okay?
Whoa.
Darren
You can't
Rizzi,
say that. Hey, it's royalty free.
Darren Rizzi was never coming to Green Bay. Ever. Okay?
Let's hear it.
I'm so tired of everyone basing stories on the Packers being cheap because of misreported crap about Darren Rizzi. Okay? Darren Rizzi didn't want to shovel snow. He didn't want to go out and do what I did. Okay? His family wasn't moving here. They offered Darren Rizzi exactly what New Orleans or Miami or whatever godforsaken NFL city he preferred to go to. Okay? So forget the Darren Rizzi crap for once and for all.
Okay.
Just wait, Jason Wilde reported that, so this is the interesting part of this.
No, it was
that
was Tom Silverstein's story that we referred to.
But you have also jumped on and said this, so the Rizzi stuff is crap, is what you're saying, Rob.
He wasn't coming here, okay? He did, yes. Did he turn the Packers down? Yes. Okay. But it had nothing to do with money. He didn't want to come here.
Interesting. Okay, Jason.
Right?
Counterpoint,
so
Jason.
It goes to some article written by Justice Mascapa or whatever his name is, basing it around that. All right.
This is feisty.
I think I had a Moscato for a drink last night.
That's a tequila, right? Is
so
Moscato
they have 20
tequila?
years of experience on their coaching staff, right? Okay, well, if you did this 13 months ago, it's more than double that because Tom Clements had 35 years of experience or whatever. So another bull crap a storyline. Okay, just another more crap. And if you guys post this crap on Twitter and sound grab me, I quit.
Well, there you go, boys. Don't sound graph Rob. Rob, so it's the narrative has been, and that I know the article by Justice it moved a lot of people talking about it. And my point was, I don't think the Packers are cheap. I went through all of the things that they do, whether it's the lights with McCarthy and all. Like you look at those facilities, their whole thing is to make sure you don't have any excuses, players, coaches, etc. And I asked Jason point blank, are the Packers cheap? And he didn't even blink. He said, "Yep." So
yeah, I mean that's hard to know. Are they cheap with facilities? Absolutely not.
Agreed.
Are they cheap with coaches' contracts? And are they cheap because in the non-football stuff because you should want to work for the Green Bay Packers? Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm. Especially when it comes to, like I said, the non-football part. Yeah, I do think that's a valid argument. But to say that they don't have good coaches because they're cheap or they don't have experience on the coaching staff, like I said, 3 years of Tom Clements coach in the NFL.
Long time. Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole basis for that article was they have no coaches with experience, right? Because they don't pay. Well,
I got to admit, I love this version of Rob Demovsky. This is my favorite Demovsky.
Well, this might be the last version you see of him.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Rob, since you're on a heater, I reread Tom Silverstein's first sentence of his story.
Yeah.
And that whole idea that the management duo of Ed Policy and Brian Gutekunst, is it possible, because this is the thing you have been very much in front of, and that is this idea of returning to the previous structure.
Yeah.
Is it possible that that's already begun? Is it possible that Goody already has his extension? Because we know this team historically has not announced extensions for people that aren't players. Is that possible?
I mean, if Spoon knew that, then he would have reported that it was done, right? I mean, it's very possible that he was, suggesting that it might be. That's his way of getting it out there, which I fully understand. Or it's just possible that's the way he wrote it and didn't intend it to necessarily be taken that literally. And you know what? Like, that story was a really interesting story. It laid out a bunch of the possible scenarios. But what people took it as, and I had several people last night tell me, oh boy, they're going cheap on LaFleur, or they're not giving him a long-term extension. They're trying to give him a short-term extension. I said, well, who said that? And they said, well, Spoon's story did. That is not what Spoon's story said.
Correct.
Spoon's story said it's possible they could be. And see, that's the problem with readers nowadays is, or just, the internet or whatever, somebody taking one little line and assuming it means something when that's not what it means. And that is no knock on Spoon, because that story was really good and it laid out all the possibilities. Even Spoon replied to someone on Twitter last night, that is not what I'm reporting. I'm suggesting these are the scenarios. So credit.
Yeah, it was Ken Ingles he was responding to, I believe.
Yeah, well, but Ken wasn't the only one. I mean, that said, they're only offering them a 1 or 2 year extension. That's not. I mean, maybe they are, but that's not what Spoon reported. And like I said, Spoon laid it out really nicely. He really did.
So put your soothsayer, your fortune teller hat on.
Yeah.
And do it without swearing. What exactly do you think comes next? Like, how long are we going to continue down this?
Yeah, I can tell you on, what day is today? Friday. Tuesday night, I went to bed setting alarms at like 5 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., because I thought it was really close to being done and news could break at any moment. I talked to a bunch of people that led me to believe that it was headed that way. So not that I reported anything on that, but just to, keep my ears open. And then those people I have kind of gone silent, and that could mean one of two things, Jason, and in this business, talking to people, people either get quiet when stuff's about to happen, and then they don't want to give you any tip off that it has happened or is going to happen, or they go quiet because there was some sort of snag and something, went backwards. And I don't know what the case is, but I'm surprised we're here at 10:30 on Friday, January 16th, and there has been no news out. Now, it's not just no news about the coach. Everyone's like, oh, that must mean LaFleur's gone. But again, going back to what we talked about at the top is, there's other things at play here. It's not just LaFleur. It's Russ Ball. It's Brian Gutekunst. It's structure, all that kind of thing. So I guess I'm a little confused at where things might be right now. But I was under a pretty strong belief on when I went to bed Tuesday night that Matt LaFleur would have a contract extension and Brian Gutekunst would have a contract extension. And there would be some sort of news coming out at any time. Maybe not a press conference until next week, but in fact, I was told by someone that was like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, the news of the extension will come out, but it's not really something that needs a press conference from Matt LaFleur. Like, Matt LaFleur wasn't planning on doing a press conference to talk about his extension. Ed Policy would talk about it, but like I was even talking to people about logistics like that, and that's the kind of detail I was given at the time. So I don't know where we're at now, to be honest with you.
Rob, would Matt LaFleur sign an extension if the structure changed? Because you said, I thought it was a great point. It's a lot easier if you trade him and there's a different coach. Could you go? I don't know what the relationship is with Goody and LaFleur. I feel like it's not the greatest. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's like a kumbaya deal. Is that something because that could easily be the holdup if it's not money in years?
Nope, that's a great point, Tausch. You're 100% right. I don't know that we necessarily know how great the relationship is. I mean, I think there are things we can point to on both sides, that would suggest that there are reasons to think it's good, reasons to think it's not. I mean, there have been plenty of times where the coaching staff has clearly wanted a player when it came to cut down time, and the general manager and the personnel staff chose not to keep that player, and vice versa as well. Same thing, going the other way. Matt LaFleur and his staff, they don't go to the combine anymore. Is that because Brian Gutekunst really doesn't want or value or need their opinion on college players? I know, they do watch film, on those guys. It's not like they're completely cut out of the draft process. Every position coach, every coordinator, and LaFleur can watch whatever players that Goody is thinking about taking and write their reports and do write their reports. But the fact that they don't go to the combine anymore, does that mean anything? Possibly it could. I don't know that it's necessarily clear cut. But I've never heard either one of them like take a shot at the other one publicly or anything like that. So, but it's complicated when you change a structure without changing the people.
No doubt.
Kind of like when
Rob, is there and there's obviously the rumor mill goes, and you can jump off, you can jump on. If I asked you the percentage that there could be, Goody gets bumped up a notch, and LaFleur's there. Is it possible that they could trade him? Like, is that something that you?
Oh
think?
yeah. No, so there's
Tuesday you would have told me no, but now because of this, or is it the whole time?
Well, let's just go back to the game was Saturday. Monday morning, I talked to a couple people, and we came up with like 5 or 6 scenarios, and I was told that this someone is someone who has been in and around Ed's office and with Ed, and I mean, like there's extension, there's fired, there's coach your last year, which is not going to happen. There's a mutual parting of the ways, there's trade. And for whatever reason, there was like 1 or 2 more scenarios that we had come up with. I don't remember what they were. They were a little bit bizarre. But, yeah, I was told going into the game and coming out of the game that all those possibilities were still on the table. And it would come down to a negotiation. And right now, since the negotiation apparently is not finished, I would say it's safe to assume that all those possibilities are still on the table. Obviously, trading a head coach is very rare, but it's very possible.
Got a couple of first-round picks you need to recoup.
Yeah, well, what could you get?
Second, I think a second.
The Packers got a 2 for Holmgren, right? When Seattle hired him. Boy, I wonder. If you're Goody and you're Ed and you don't have a first-round pick in 2026 or 2027, adding another high pick might be attractive to you, but. And like I heard you guys talking about the offset language and all that. I mean, that's all part of this. But here's the thing: like every coach's contract, if you're a coach and you get fired with time on your contract, whatever the next team pays you is subtracted from what you owe that coach. And there are rules against how low. You can't just say I'm going to pay him $1. It's like the price is right. I want to say it's like a 20% rule. Is that if it's an equal job. You can't pay them more than 20% less than what they were making or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but there is some sort of a rule on that. Now, if it's a lesser job, like if you go from head coach to coordinator, that's different. Or, but there are plenty of guys, and every coach in the league right now that's worked for multiple teams in the last couple of years is probably drawing a paycheck for more than one team.
So, Rob, you said not happening. The other ones you kind of went through your list.
Not happening about
the
trade?
1 year where you just play, players have to do. They're not coaches. That's not because lame duck. I kind of went over why a lame duck coach is a bad idea for a locker room. We've never really had it, but we kind of did with Sherm in 05. Why do you say not happening? Because what happens if this negotiation breaks down? Matt LaFleur is just going to say, fire me, trade me, or how do you see that shake out?
Yeah, the going in the last year of the deal is it's not only the players, Tausch, and you're right from that standpoint, and you would know better than us. But who are you going to hire? Who are you going to get to come work for your coaching staff? Like that, you're not going to get the best. You're not getting Darren Rizzi to come here on a one with a lame duck head
coach. If they pay him enough, right, Jason? If they just give him enough money,
you know what I mean? Like. That's going to be hard to attract coaches that want to come work here.
That's fair. So, Rob, how do you think? I mean, you can predict, and you can
all-time appearance.
As Rob would say, I think I peed a little. I want to go through the rest of your list that you took. Is there anything else that you have? Is there another coach that you? Is there something else that I don't think you're going to get as fired up as you
want to
did?
Get off your chest,
but let it rip.
I'm good. You can tell us that we're at the end of a long season that has been, an interesting one. So I feel better now. Thank you for letting me. I can cancel my therapy session for next week because I got it all out right here.
Speaking of getting things off people's chests, you were there for Micah Parsons, and what he said about if you got to play 80 effing snaps and all that other stuff, it was hard not to wonder if that was a message that was directed more so at one player than any other. As you stood there, yes, number 52 in your program, number 96 in terms of the number of millions of dollars on his contract.
I thought you put 25.
He did turn down a tackle at the goal line, as many have pointed out.
Yeah, no, I meant Rashawn Gary. Sorry, I was trying to
what did you
officiating calls?
What'd you make of that? As you heard it in real time, and then after you thought about it.
Yeah, I think in real time it was that's the first thing you thought of, and certainly nothing just changed my mind. Micah does, and like Micah's a dream for us, right? Because he loves to talk. But sometimes you wonder if he gets talking and doesn't necessarily always mean or realize what he's saying. Not that I've ever done that before. Maybe 20 minutes ago I did. But it's just, look, it's hard to stand up in front of people, answer questions without, maybe misspeaking or letting something come out that maybe you didn't intend to come out, but is really what he means. So yeah, right. So that's, look, I don't know. I'd have to go back and go through every Micah Parsons transcript of when he talked. I remember him talking a whole lot during the year about how much he liked Lucas Van Ness, Devontae Wyatt. I don't remember a lot of Rashawn Gary praise. Maybe there was there. I just can't recall it.
And then the other thing that I'm curious about, because I saw this on Instagram, that Romeo Doubs posted a series of photos.
Yeah.
I mean, given what they've invested in the position, given some of the decisions they have at that position, given where they're at with a lot of other cap issues,
yeah.
I don't want to say there's no way he comes back, but there's pretty close to no way, right?
Yeah, pretty close. I mean, unless for some reason, they got a week into free agency and he didn't have a deal and was unsigned, and maybe there was speaking of prove it type deals, he was willing to come back, for a 1 year, I don't know, $6-8 million contract, but I'm sure he'll get more than that from somebody. I mean, that tape from the playoff game was pretty darn impressive for him. Like,
he was great.
If anybody helped themselves in that game, it was definitely him. But yeah, Christian Watson has come back better than before. He's going to, I know he signed the 1 year extension, but he's going to need a new contract before next season is over, maybe even early next season, if you want to try to get out ahead of it and save yourself some money. Go get him cheaper. So, yeah, I don't think
does he
any
like
way
cold?
Romeo Doubs.
Does he want to play in the cold, or is he going to go with Rizzy?
How does his family feel? And that rule still applies, right? Like the rule that we talked about with Love's 1 year kind of half measure extension, they can't sign Watson to an extension until that 1 year date from when he signed the extension he's going to be on, right?
Was it early October? I remember I was sitting in the Costco parking lot.
Late September, early October. Yeah.
I was in the Costco parking lot writing the story from my car, trying to tap into the Wi-Fi.
You a big samples guy there? You a big samples guy? Or you just get in and get out?
So I like to go on Tuesdays, Tausch, because obviously that's the day off. My wife doesn't like to shop, and I do like to take my time through the store. But if there's like 20 people waiting for a sample, I'm not waiting for a sample.
Sure.
If the sample is readily available, I can pull my card up, and it's something that I think I might. I'm not going to take a freaking yogurt thing. I can't. I don't like yogurt. I'm not going to take a pecan yogurt sample or whatever.
Demovsky segment brought to you by Odyssey Yogurt.
That's why you try it. You never know, right?
No, I'm not. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff at those stores that I'd like to buy, but you're not 100% sure if you want to buy the giant bag. So there'll be things that I'll wait to see if they ever have a sample of that, and then try it and then buy it. So
last time I went to Costco, I ran into Tom Clements, who was loading up on wine.
Well, how could he afford to go to Costco? They don't pay him anything.
That's why he's at Costco.
He only gets samples and he leaves. He can't even buy any food because Green Bay won't pay him.
His wife has a lucrative interior design business, which is what allows him to shop
So
there.
that's why Green Bay could bring Clements in, because his
if
wife
only
is
Darren
subsidizing
Rizzi's
it.
wife was a roofer or something.
Bold big box Bob.
Maybe she didn't know there was a Costco here.
That's fair. Rob, We appreciate everything.
Rob, I'm going to tell you this, man. True. You were blanking awesome today.
Jason, I'm not sure you do, but that's okay.
I appreciate it, Rob. That was blanket awesome.
Why don't you just say what the blank is? Apparently we can do that.
Can't wait for that sound graph to come.
Sorry.
Bye,
My
Rob.
bad.
See you, Rob.
See ya.
That is Rob Demovsky of ESPN.com.
Hoo-wee. Boy, that was something.
Indeed.
I'm not surprised all that often. When he got up, and I mean, you could tell he was luckily he was out in the snow right before, so it cooled him off just a little bit. That was a piping hot Rob Demovsky. Like, if you missed, we do some fun stuff on it. If you missed that segment, you best go back and listen.
Yes, indeed.
My favorite part was when he at first censored himself, and then he said, what the heck, and then he didn't censor himself right away.
And then you could fire me. I'm not coming back. I loved it.
We'll talk to you next week.
I loved something more. That was beautiful.
We got a few more with him before the season's up.
Well, we'll see. It
Have the
depends on
dump button ready.
Depends on what gets sound drafted.
Maybe.
More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Wyatt Parker. DeForest, we're at this beautiful pool. What's it like to swim here?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, we got all the space in the world here.
You're a 3.97 student. And the athlete, you're going to have 12 letters, 3 sports, swimming, cross country, and track.
Yep.
That's pretty cool though, right?
Yeah, it's real fun to have competed because the teams have changed so much through my 4 years now.
When you look back in your time here at DeForest, what's going to stand out the most?
I love the team spirit that we have on all of our teams. Cross country team, real close-knit. Swim team's really close-knit this year because we're so small. Track team it's fun because we got so many different people. I got a bunch of really good working relationships with my teachers too that I'll miss once I move on.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season, get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution, and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
The biggest games.
Back-to-back state championships. Still going. Lowers his shoulder into the end zone. Touchdown, Wanakee.
The most compelling stories.
Where are you going to be playing basketball next year?
I'm proud and excited to announce that I'll be going to the University of Charleston.
We are now joined by the executive director of the WIAA, Stephanie Hauser.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We're on the Packers.
We were in the postseason what we were all throughout the regular season.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
A good team that couldn't put 4 quarters together.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Have you caught your breath?
Oh, yeah, baby. That was awesome.
So, Jesse, when someone uses a word that we're not supposed to use, we've had that with Charles Woodson. We had that with Gardo,
Greg
right?
Gard,
Talking about his favorite show. Which,
I think intent has to be in play on that. Intent.
Not in the eyes of the Federal Communications Commission, it isn't.
So we've got the royalty-free music, but we don't have a profanity-free show.
So the difference here, just sort of if we had a Venn diagram, on the radio, we cannot say those words, but we could play any song we want. On YouTube, we can say those words, but we cannot play any song we want.
There you go.
Kind of flip
That's
flops.
helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Mm-hmm.
And tell folks that don't know how radio works, including me, how the dump button works. Because you hear him say that.
I have thought long about this. I don't think we should tell people how the dump button works.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna keep that one behind the curtain.
So how about just don't use those words when you're on the radio?
But I'm going to tell you this, man, and I get it. There's rules with everything. I blanking love that passion. He was mad.
He was fired up.
And he was kind of calling you out, which made I wanted to go like split screen a little bit.
I think actually Rob knows that I'm not nearly as plugged in as him, and that was a story that was reported not by me, but I have certainly taken it as gospel.
Parroted
and
it, for
if
sure.
you want to criticize me for that, you are more than welcome.
Yeah,
to.
no, you have, because I didn't really know. You've brought it up numerous times, and you
I
use
know.
that as.
And I would also say that just because Rob yelled it
doesn't mean it's true.
Doesn't mean that the person who originally reported it is wrong either. Again, I don't know. We're only as good as our sources.
I'm not gonna
Rob
lie
has
to you.
great sources.
I'm not going to lie to you. That passion makes me believe.
Yeah,
it was
makes
convincing.
me believe too.
I'm not. You want to cry about not paying Darren Rizzi? Darren Rizzi didn't want a snow blow. That's what I learned out of this whole deal. So if we want Darren Rizzi and we want our special teams,
how quiet is Rob's snowblower that he can listen to the show while he's snowblowing?
There's volume control, bruh. And you got those noise canceling.
If you ever went to go use yours, you could figure it out.
There's noise canceling headphones, bruh.
It's very fair.
So I think this whole concept of Darren Rizzi. If we really want Darren Rizzi and we want our special teams to get out of the 28th to 32nd ranked, it sounds like we need to put a dome over Lambeau.
No, look, I don't want to get into a lengthy discussion of why they have perpetually stunk on special teams for so long.
They won't pay Darren Rizzi.
Some might say, and some might say that's bull crap, and then say something else.
Is that awesome? Hey, why is it that was super interesting? I mean, it was for you didn't listen.
Agreed.
It was awesome radio.
Couldn't agree more. Yep.
The concept of people that Rob was talking to, which I think I have ideas on who he was talking to. Going dark after, because you felt like Tuesday with the reporting, both Schefter and Rob and I think others made it believe, and you kept hearing this word trending towards, right?
Yeah, trending.
And it's more likely than not. And now it's Friday. Rob didn't give any indications anything has changed other than the fact that everybody's gone dark.
Yep.
Is gone dark in your history of this mean more likely good or bad?
Well, I thought the way Rob described it was entirely accurate. That it's usually one of two things. Either it's really close to happening, and they don't want to be the source.
Right there, I was going to say no, you know what, but I don't want Jesse to have to dump it.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So either A, it's really close to happening, or B, something's falling apart. Now, given where Rob was at, because Rob said it on multiple platforms of our show and elsewhere that it was close, and you heard him explain why he was saying that. If you're that close on Tuesday, and now we're here on Friday, and those people have gone dark since, and nothing has happened, right? If one of the reasons they go dark is because it's about to happen, and then it doesn't happen, doesn't that lead you to think that there's a snag that has been hit?
Can I play a little? Not role play.
A little trivia?
No, we can play trivia after I get done with this theory.
Okay.
You read Spoon's article, and obviously Spoon felt strong enough to push back, and I don't think Spoon loves Twitter. Maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong. I don't feel like that's something.
No, I think you're right about that. Yep.
He pushed back on someone that said that it's about money and years. And Spoon said, no, that's not what I'm reporting. I'm laying things out. My theory, what happened to Brian Gutekunst? And now, granted, it was a different president. What happened to Brian Gutekunst after they brought him back from his Houston Texans interview and basically got him that job? Was there and I don't want to say sneak attack, was there a bomb dropping? That's a pretty strong one, too. Was there something that happened that would make you go and think long and hard about making this decision? Because Goody obviously always wanted to be the GM of the Pack. There was Elliott Wolf. There were some other contenders. Russ Ball would have gotten the job until Jason Wilde squashed it and suffocated his torch.
I always thought it was Darren Rizzi's fault, personally.
Did you know that story, Jesse, that Jason snuffed out Russ Ball's candidacy and got Brian Gutekunst hired?
I do recall that. Yeah.
So what would happen had it's all trending? Rob's getting calls. Hey, it's close. It's trending in the right direction. And Matt LaFleur is close to extend. And then Ed Policy said, hey, I just want to let you know, we want you back in the contract. Here's kind of where we're at. But Goody is going to take back over. That would be a big pause. And I am shocked. But the more you listen to people that are in the know, Ed Policy wants to handle the business and wants and believes and trusts that Brian.
That was really interesting when Rob said that, because your point repeatedly has been who in power wants to give up power?
I don't know many people,
but he apparently is one.
And if he is, kudos to him, because I think this structure is always the right one. I disagreed not as vehemently as you did with Mark Murphy, and insulted him, and then in essence never allowed you to have eye contact with him again. Which is fine. But
it's pretty amazing.
But in this case, if that is the case, and if you're Matt LaFleur, it's a big pill to swallow. Even though you know Goody and you've worked with him and you've had success with him.
No doubt.
If that might be. If you're starting to put your windy hat on and starting to think, why has everybody gone dark?
Mm-hmm.
If it's not about money and structure and everything else, and we don't know that, I'm sure there's some finagling, but if that's the piece to this, how strong of conviction does Ed Policy have to say, no, this is how it's going to be? You either live with it or you don't.
Yeah.
And that's what's weighing on Matt LaFleur. Is that possible?
Anything's possible, as we learned from Kevin Garnett.
You got to yell it if you're going to do that.
I'm not going to yell it.
Anything's possible!
I would say I've always been fascinated, and Goody has admitted that it gave him pause. But then basically it was, hey, there's only 32 of these jobs. My family's happy here, all that stuff. But, yeah.
No income tax and no snow blowing in Texas.
He got the rug pulled out from under him.
He did.
With the way he interviewed for the job versus the job that was offered to him. And again, if you're in the same spot and you're Matt LaFleur with this situation, do you say, no, then I'm not doing it? Or do you do what Goody did and say, okay, well, it's not the way I want it to be, but I still want this job? That's a great question by you. We can dive further into that.
I can't
we
believe
still have one more segment left in the 10
We still have an
hour.
11 o'clock? We still have a 10 o'clock segment?
Yeah.
I still just, it's amazing to me.
It's not going to stop you from continuing to
It's
talk.
amazing to me that Ed Policy, if this does shake out the way Rob envisions, that will be an upset of pretty major proportion. That Ed Policy is saying, nah, I'm good. Take this back. I want to go build a new indoor. I mean, Lord knows what they got brewing up there.
And a trade to the Atlanta Falcons for Matt LaFleur. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
The Don has spoken.
You've got a combination quarterback. You don't have to hang your hat on just throwing or just running the ball. That could add so much to our offense. I'm excited.
Listen to the Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've told you for a while about how much I've loved Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Now huddle up. The holidays just got a game changer. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back with 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at $19.99. It's an easy way to feed the family and still be ready in time for kickoff. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order online at pizzahut.com or in the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. Feed good times.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. All January at Steinhoffels, test rest any mattress. Get a $20 lunch gift card, and Steinhoffels donates $20 to Special Spaces Wisconsin, only at Steinhoffels. Momentum carries on. Wisconsin men's hoops riding a 3-game win streak. Former Badger Freddie Owens on the confidence the streak gives the Badgers with March just around the corner.
I'm seeing a lot of resilience in this team, and that's what it takes, especially if you want to compete and win. They took care of business against UCLA, and it has spearheaded into a nice little win streak with a couple of huge wins, that does wonders for team morale and confidence.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
When a heart stops, the clock starts. You are the first responder until help arrives. In that moment, 4 minutes equals brain damage. 6 minutes equals too late in an emergency. The first responder is you. We need you. Will you be ready? Learn CPR. Visit heart.org/nation. That's heart.org/nation.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
At Chalmers Jewelers, we pride ourselves on offering a wide selection of stunning lab-created diamonds in all shapes and sizes.
Whether you're looking for a classic round, an elegant oval, or trendy emerald cut,
we have the perfect diamond for you.
Always in stock and ready for you to take home today.
Our lab-created diamonds offer all the beauty and brilliance of mine diamonds.
Sustainable and more affordable at Chalmers Jewelers.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Keeping up with vehicle maintenance is tough, so Metro Ford of Madison makes it easy with mobile service. Metro Ford will come directly to you, home, office, wherever your day takes you. Their Ford certified techs handle oil changes, filters, batteries, wipers, inspections, and more, all without a visit to the dealership. You stay on schedule, we'll take care of the rest. Call 608-246-3600 today to book your mobile service appointment, and let service come to you. That's Metro Ford of Madison. Visit them at metrofordofmadison.com.
We love the Packers. We bleed green and gold. And every time our team takes the field, well, it's pure football bliss. If only there was a way to experience that blissful winning feeling every day. At Associated Bank, we've got you with 10% off Lambeau concessions and 15% off Pro Shop merch. All when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank. It's how Packers fans keep winning on game day and every day. Associated Bank, Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
We're on the Badgers.
The coaches, the players, we're bringing an entire new mindset.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
And it's to win. It's to win.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Thanks again to Rob Demovsky, which we thoroughly enjoyed his visits. Never dull. We got people capturing Tausch's excitement reaction on social media.
We could play his audio, though, right? Coming back?
I wasn't sure exactly what he didn't want sound graphed, but
I mean, there were things he said good that outside of his little rant that were good. What I could say is I could put up a quote that says, "If you sound graph this, I'll quit," and not sound graph it, and then give the link to go back to it.
That's a tricky one. Yeah,
so we could get away with that to promote it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll work on that. We've got the 11 o'clock hour coming up. It will include the weekend preview, Wilde and Tausch trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Iron Jock.
Boy, I'll tell you what, the weekend preview would have been so much better. Sam Darnold pulled an oblique. Left tackle hurt his knee. Seattle was vulnerable anyways. Now, I think their defense would have caused us some problems. We'd have went up to Seattle and beaten them. And I know that's going to be, that's loser talk. Polluted. Oh, you're a homer.
Homer.
Yeah, and it's all fair. I'm not going to sit here and tell you. Seattle is not your typical juggernaut one.
I tend to agree.
Now, if it was the Rams in L.A., I'm saying the Rams would smoke us. I think we'd
the Rams going to be able to beat the Bears in Chicago?
No.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I think there is a good chance.
Are the Bears going to go to the Super Bowl?
I think there is a good chance that the blanket Chicago. And I was pondering this question this morning. We've had some gut punches. Seattle.
No.
Philadelphia.
No,
I'm just asking. We typically, after the Packers get knocked out of the playoffs, we're kind of like, whatever.
Not now.
We really want the Bears to lose. I think this is the most fervent we will pull against somebody ever as a Packer fan in a playoff game. Like Seattle, when they beat us, we didn't want them to go win the Super Bowl, right?
I don't remember caring.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're going to care in a way we shouldn't, in a fervent way. Because if somehow the Bears end up going to the blanking Super Bowl, this is going to sting that much worse. And then if by some chance they win it, we're going to be sick. So this might be the last stand for them to not go to the Super Bowl. Because if San Fran wins, they're hosting in Chicago. And even if Seattle wins, we got to remember, a 48-year-old quarterback came off the streets and had him beat. Like this Seattle team isn't some, now they're tough. I'm not going to say what, but the Colts had him beat in Seattle with a quarterback that hadn't touched a ball in 5 years. And the Bears are positioned, if the Rams, their quarterback's got a busted up finger, it's going to be cold, it's going to be snowy. L.A. is not coming out early. They're practicing 80-degree temps. We've seen this movie before. And I'm saying right now, this is the most fervent Packer fans will be rooting against a team that knocked us out of the playoffs.
Since
ever.
Yeah. Well, a team that knocked you out of the playoffs, you're probably right. This will be the most fervent Packers fans will be rooting against a team in the playoffs since they were rooting for New Orleans to beat Brett Favre and the Vikings.
Fair.
Yeah, that was one.
Fair.
Yeah.
But that
Not
wasn't
you,
the
Jesse.
team.
Yeah, not
that
me.
wasn't the team that knocked us out, though.
Correct. Yep, you're right. That's why I added that caveat.
I think
That's
this
what
is
it'll be
more,
like.
Can you imagine the Rutledges and the amount of smug?
No, the Favre going to the Super Bowl with the Vikings would have been worse, but this is this is in the neighborhood, no doubt about it.
For me personally, yes, that would have been. I've never been happier to see a team lose than how that played out.
Exactly. That's
but
how
Jason,
you'll feel.
This is
that's how you'll feel on Sunday.
This is more holistic.
Yeah, that's true.
Than Favrean.
You're not
now,
wrong.
Favre drove passion in ways, but this, if they win next week or this Sunday, there is going to be a queasiness on Monday and an
doubt.
uncomfortability of these blank and blankers might end up blank and go to the blank and bowl. Can we say big
and they're
game?
going to be infiltrating our YouTube comments.
Yeah, big game. Just this time of year, just go with big game for the next 4 weeks.
I'm telling you, we will be. This is going to be a hate watch on hate watch. Sunday. We don't. Devontae. We can say, we want Devontae to go get a ring.
McVay,
no, we don't care.
Mike LaFleur. They're like family over there.
Well, and they are gung ho to not. You could tell Sean McVay is pulling for his boy.
Got some honor to defend.
He's got honor to defend.
30 years of it, Jason. The only one you can come close to is the Vikings Saints, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Crazy.
The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Hey, this is Jonathan Blackwell of Wisconsin Badgers basketball. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ridgetop Exteriors, trusted and local experts providing the best quality roofs, siding, windows, and doors, expertly installed and at an affordable price. Get your free estimate today at ridgetopexteriors.com. Still no news or clarity on the future of the Green Bay Packers and head coach Matt LaFleur, nearly a full week removed from the Packers falling in the wild card round of the playoffs Saturday night to the rival Chicago Bears. Speculation continues, including a heated appearance from ESPN NFL Nation Packers reporter Rob Demovsky earlier this morning on Wilde and Tausch. If you missed any of it, find the full podcast available shortly on the ESPN Wisconsin app and also on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Meanwhile, basketball news. The Milwaukee Bucks fall again last night, 119-101 on the road against the San Antonio Spurs. The Bucks next in action Monday afternoon for an MLK Day matinee, visiting the Atlanta Hawks. Tip time at noon here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN. College basketball, Wisconsin hosts Rutgers, 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at the Kohl Center. Wisconsin hockey, Michigan State, top 5 showdown tonight.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch. I want to give a shout-out briefly to Michael Johnson, who I believe was the world's fastest man at one point, right? The Olympian Michael Johnson?
That cat was fun to watch. Oh, boy. 100
100
and 200, and then I started wondering, well, if you could do that, why don't you go win the 400 too?
As I think
these guys by like yards in these tight races. Normally, it's like a pretty tight deal.
Michael says.
Oh, go ahead.
Michael says, you don't live in Illinois. Favre winning with the Vikings would not have been worse. I won't be watching on Sunday.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's close. I didn't think there'd ever be the passion. If the Bears win this,
if you live in Illinois as a Packers fan, I totally get it.
Racine or below? Like, what are you talking? Like border?
Kenosha, yeah.
No, you're
Lake Geneva.
I think this weekend is going to be more of a. Boy, I hope we don't have to worry about this. Let's just let these boys lose in a gut wrench. You know, the Rams are really good, but if they beat the Rams, I'm telling you, it is going to be.
You're so right. You are so right.
I saw something, and somebody was talking about this last night. Have y'all ever seen, because you're talking about great sprinters, y'all ever see that old show back when like great athletes weren't getting paid a ton of money, but they would go and do these like different contests against other great athletes in different sports? Is that what it's called?
Battle of the Network
Battle of Stars or whatever.
Yeah.
And they got on the old sprinting blocks. And back in the old, you put your feet in there and you got your hands down and you're putting it up against the line because you're sprinting. And it was like Pele and then Wayne Gretzky lines up, and you're thinking, here's a little spindly hockey player. And Gretzky smokes these guys by like 20 yards in a 100-yard dash.
So just for clarity's sake, there were two different things. There were actually probably three with that Hanna-Barbera, the cartoon version of these competitions, the Laugh Olympics.
Shaq Versus was on for a season. That was fun.
There's the Battle of the Network Stars, which is people like Magnum P.I. and Angela Lansbury and people that were on TV shows competing in these things. And then there was the Superstars.
Well, Tom Selleck is going to kick Angela Lansbury's keister.
Again, I don't know if they were in the same events.
I'd watch Selleck versus Gretzky.
But the Superstars
Selleck
was
versus Stallone would have been interesting in a sprint.
Athletes from various different sports like Pele and Wayne Gretzky squaring off in a sprint or a high jump or whatever else.
Sure.
So, just for clarity's sake.
Did Anderson Cooper host that?
No, I think Tom Brokaw.
That's a pretty good line right there, given Tausch's feelings about Coop. Jesse, what are we doing here? Because it's already 11:19.
It's the weekend preview.
Hey, did you guys ever watch that where they were competing with each other?
I don't think that's on this weekend. Here's what I want you to do. It's a combination weekend preview and power rankings Friday. I want you to rank, and we all know what number one is going to be, but with number one being the most intriguing, and number four...
How do you know what's number one?
Because you just said you're going to be watching this game closer.
No, I'm going to the Rutgers-Scotty Hoops game, because now I'm back on board. That's my number one.
Final four.
That's great. And a big hockey game tonight at the Kohl Center. All significant, but that's not on the list.
Fair.
I want you to rank the 4 divisional games on the greatest weekend of football, according to Tausch, that there is in a given year.
I might go with YouTube clips of Gretzky beating Pele.
Might go with YouTube clips of Rob Demovsky.
A reminder of the games this weekend. Bills-Broncos, 3:30 Saturday on CBS.
Okay.
49ers, Seahawks, 7 o'clock Saturday night on Fox.
Yep.
Then on Sunday, Texans, Patriots, 2 o'clock on ESPN and ABC.
Anybody else miss the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
These are some, and no offense to these teams. For as much as we hate or we act like we don't like the juggernauts and the stars, there ain't nothing real sexy about any of these games so far.
No, you're right about that.
Rams-Bears close it out 5:30 on NBC.
Rams-Bears, top of the list, no question. I think that's going to be the intriguing game, and I think whoever wins that game is going to the chip. I do. Denver and Buffalo really pulling for Josh and the Buffalo Bills, but I mean, I think they got Jesse Nelson playing wide out. They got guys falling apart over there.
They're dinged up.
It's probably where Romeo Doubs will end up next year. MVS will for sure be back in Buffalo. That's number 2. I'm intrigued enough. I think Seattle's going to beat up on San Fran, but if the quarterback can't throw the ball because his oblique is shredded, that will make it a little bit more difficult. And then the New England-Houston game is probably 4th for me.
I think I have the same. Look, I feel like I'm starting to regret something I said.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Because there are a lot to deal with. These Bears fans, they're a lot. And while it seemed like a good idea at the time, I'm not ready to pull back just yet. But I feel like I need the Rams to win that one. Because Bears fans have been insufferable over the last 6 days. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean,
6
and by the way,
days, 6 decades.
Hey, here's the deal with sports, man.
Especially the last 6 days.
We have diminished and kind of treating them like the redheaded little, oh, that's a cute little deal. Oh, look at the little guys over there for a long time.
They won the last game of last season.
Well,
Good
that
for
was,
them.
let's be honest, that was a nothing burger.
Correct. That's what
nobody
I'm
cared
saying.
about that.
Yep.
But this year we obviously cared, and they beat us. So
Sure did.
This is what happens in sports, man. You talk the talk, and when you don't walk the walk, you get smacked around a little bit.
Yeah, I talked the opposite talk. I wanted them to be good, so the rivalry would mean something.
That was idiotic.
We all
but
knew
you
it,
don't care about it. You just care about the story.
I
though.
do.
We tried to tell you.
But they're a lot.
Although
They're a lot.
then when I tell you that the story of LaFleur getting traded and then playing the Packers next year in the NFC Championship game, that's the story. You're like, no, that's not the story. The story is for Matt to get a new contract extension and win here.
Well, they're both stories, but I kind of like the they win the Super Bowl after they were.
Ice. You had a little soft spot for the big
I
fella.
don't even know Matty Ice.
If he
Covered a
stays,
few games he was in.
If he stays and fires Stenovich, could he bring in his brother to be the offensive coordinator?
He could do anything he wants as long as his brother's willing to take a pay cut.
I heard he doesn't like
the snow?
I heard he doesn't like the snow.
I couldn't even get it all the way out.
Not from now on. Yeah, why is Bisaccia such a the special team? Yeah, he doesn't really like the snow. He's just here for the money. I mean, that's the flip side of that.
And you can make some money by making good choices on Prize Picks.
My Prize Picks last night sucked.
Yeah, you were so loud about that one.
Well, did you not think Giannis, big game against Wemby and everything else, that he was going to put up 27? That's nothing for him. They just got booed. They did all this stuff, and then we stink it up. He only gets 21 points last night.
In San Antonio.
Steph did his deal, so I should have, could have, but didn't on Prize Picks. But the big game is almost here. There's no better way to cash in during America's biggest sporting event than Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. Prize Picks is the easiest way to play daily fantasy. Build a lineup in under 60 seconds. Pick more or less. I did last night. I went more on both, and boy, was I not correct. And it is not as much fun when you're not correct. But Prize Picks has some new stuff brewing. There's new social feeds feature. If you think Jelly keeps winning all the time, you can find that community, see what other players are picking, and you can copy the lineups with a single click. So we could start putting the Jelly tab up because he claims he wins every time he does it. Every time I talk to him.
Should we try it this weekend?
I just won.
I should see if I can figure it out.
Jelly tab.
The Jelly tab. And then the best part is you can get that Jelly tab. You can download the Prize Picks app, use code WI, hit on a Jelly tab, and you get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, that's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. And the nice part about this time of year, Prize Picks is kind of throwing some stuff out there. I had the Steph little lightning bolt last night. We had Caleb Williams, 0.5 yards. They're always throwing little sprinklers out there to help you be right. And you know, with Prize Picks, it's good
to be right. Hey, let's play some trivia. Jesse, what's today's category and what caller would you like?
We got a little sports weekend preview. How fitting heading into
and then you can do the recap
weekend
on Monday.
Yeah, sports
That's
weekend
savvy.
preview. And if you think it's going to be about football, think again.
You're probably right. What caller do you want? We're a little pressed for time, so
13. That was
caller
good yesterday.
13 right now. Caller 13, lucky number 13, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 13 plays trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here for the Blue Mountains of cold, refreshing Coors Light. Well, whether you're tailgating pregame, cracking one open during the game, celebrating a big win after the game, or you just need a moment to chill, crack open a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it's cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold activated bottles and cans turn blue when chilled to perfection, which, besides the refreshing taste, is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU and
Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana. Coverage begins Monday at 6:30 Eastern, with kickoff at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hold your friends close and your rivals closer on Jim, Matt, and Molly.
There's part of me that just feels like Jeff Hafley has kind of coached himself out of a head coaching position, and maybe I'm being too hard on him. I get it. You lost Micah Parsons, as we've said. That's literally what's taken the air out of this team this season. But, he hasn't figured out a way to have a good defense without Micah Parsons.
Jim, Matt, and Molly, presented by Coors Light. Weekdays 4 to 6 on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
I see confetti on my phone, which means we've got ourselves a first-time contestant. So let's play some trivia presented by Iron Jock and Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Cousin Subs. Cousin Subs $10 deal meal gives you a 7.5-inch sub, bag of chips or regular fries, fountain drink, and a cookie, all for just $10. This deal is only available online or through the Cousins app. And Iron Jock, performance apparel that actually performs. No stink, just performance. And proudly Wisconsin built. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Let's welcome in that first-time contestant. It is Justin in Brookfield. Justin, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Good, you?
We are great. Almost as great as Darren Rizzi. All right, here we go. The category that Jesse has selected is the weekend preview. Question number 1 is this. The Milwaukee Bucks go boo in a bar, or in San Antonio, but not at the Fiserv Forum. The Milwaukee Bucks play in the NBA's traditional Monday MLK Day matinee with a noon tip on Monday on the road against which opponent? Is it the Atlanta Hawks, the Washington Wizards, or more importantly, it's televised streaming exclusively on Peacock? I suppose you could say number 3 and you'd still be right, technically, but I don't think that's what he meant.
The Atlanta Hawks.
Indeed. Well done. You listen to Jesse's Sports Center. Question 2, Justin, is this. Wisconsin men's basketball has won 3 straight and 5 of their last 6. The Badgers are back at home at the Kohl Center tomorrow afternoon, hosting which Big Ten opponent, and Mark Tauscher in the stands? Is it Maryland, Rutgers, or Penn State?
Rutgers.
Rutgers any good?
Pretty good.
Any good, Joe?
No, they're not very good.
That's good. Get a dub.
Question number 3, Justin, is this. Jesse is going to the Milwaukee Admirals game tonight. I got another buddy that's going, another radio producer that's going to the Admirals game.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which AHL opponent do the Admirals host? Jeez.
Sports Weekend recap.
Preview.
That too.
Is it the Grand Rapids Griffins, the Rockford Ice Hogs, or the Chicago Wolves?
The Chicago Wolves.
Bear down, Chicago Wolves.
God, if we lose to another Chicago team, this is going to be really irritating.
How's that
this
rivalry, Jesse? What can you tell me about the Ads-Wolves rivalry?
The ice is cold, but the rivalry is hot. Anytime a Wisconsin team and an Illinois team face off against one another.
Have you used that line before?
The Brewers White Sox isn't that cantankerous.
It used to be.
When?
When they were in the American League?
No, it wasn't. Don't make stuff up.
I wasn't really around at that point.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Usher George was asking.
Greg Luzinski.
Tom Pelissero, not a member of the White Sox, but he is reporting that the Packers defensive coordinator, Jeff Hafley, is interviewing with the Steelers on Saturday. Tomorrow. He'll be
Thirsty. Totally thirsty.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. All right, so Justin's going to stay on the line because there's an outside chance.
Somewhere
There's
warm, I'm guessing. Right?
No, he's already worked here, so he's good with the cold.
No, seriously, where is Rizzi coaching?
Oh.
Thought he was in Denver.
Probably with the great special teams they got out there, yeah, but it's real warm there.
Jesse's
Never
going
to snow blow out there, do you, Jace?
Rocky Mountain High.
Never any snow. Denver, no snow out there. Come on now.
Congratulations to... Oh, not Justin. Sorry.
Thanks for sticking around, though.
Appreciate you, Justin.
While Tausch did all the talking.
Oh, even worse. Mark in McGuanago.
What do you got against Mark?
What are you hating on Mark?
He's from McGuanago. I hate when McGuanago wins
McGuanago
things.
doesn't even think Muskego's a rival anymore. That's like the Packers Bears.
Muskego crushed him this year. What
I'm
are you
just telling you what
talking about?
McGuanagoians are saying.
Mark was one of our geography contestants earlier this week, and congratulations to him on the winner.
Justin, thanks for playing. Have a great day. Thanks for
Yeah, you
sticking
too,
around. Oy. All right, that is Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Iron Jock and by Cousin Subs. We believe in better. We need to get to Whoa Nelly, which is coming up. Jesse, do you have anything? Do you have something good planned or?
Yes, there's actually a story that I want to ask you about from my trip back Wednesday night from La Crosse.
Okay, we look forward to that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We also look forward to whatever sale Steinhafels has going on. Our first Friday without a Steinhafel sleeper of the week. Should be getting ready to pick Matthew Golden against the Seahawks, but instead, I'm just here to tell you that if you've got a list of rooms you've been meaning to upgrade, now is the time, because it's time for the more you buy, the more you save during the Steinhafels Buy More, Save More sale. Spend $999, take an extra $100 off. Spend $1,999, take $200 off. Spend $2,999, take $300 off. You get it now. Plus, when you finance $1,999 or more, you'll get a $200 MasterCard rewards card on top of that. It's the perfect time to upgrade your living room, your dining room, or your bedroom and save big while you do it. The Buy More, Save More sale going on right now, only at Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com. Whoa, Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tausch here, encouraging you to start saving money and saving the planet with an energy switch to Everlight Solar. Teams competing in the playoffs know that no game at this stage is ever easy, but you know what can be easy? Making the switch to solar energy thanks to the great team at Everlight Solar. Our family was looking to make the switch to solar for quite some time, but we weren't quite sure where to start. That's when we met the team over at Everlight Solar. From the very first conversation, they educated us on the benefits of solar while also helping keep the process simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU and
Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana. Coverage begins Monday at 6:30 Eastern with kickoff at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN.
Hey, it's Riley Yauk. Stay in the know on area high school sports and follow ESPN Madison on social media for Prep Mania on Deck, each week's preview for the top games and events. Prep Mania on Deck is brought to you by Zimbrick Honda, a proud supporter of high school sports and local communities.
4 years. That's enough time to earn a college degree, to serve a full term as a president, to train for something big and become someone new.
You bet, and get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, so you can invest in your home and in life's biggest moments. With exclusive features and customizations, Pella offers the highest quality products at a price you can afford.
Aim high when setting your New Year's resolution, and imagine what you can do in 4 years when you finance your home project with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today.
At Carbon World Health, feeling your best isn't a luxury, it's a lifestyle. From advanced aesthetics and rejuvenating med spa treatments to personalized wellness care, everything there is designed around you. Whether you're refreshing your look, boosting your confidence, or investing in total body wellness, Carbon World Health combines medical expertise with a spa-like experience you'll love. Discover the med spa Sun Prairie is talking about. Book your consultation today at Carbon World Health, where wellness meets results.
I'm Dr. Jasmine Zapata, Chief Medical Officer for Community Health at the Wisconsin Department of Health Services. Every year in the U.S., about 21,000 lung cancer deaths are caused by radon, an odorless, tasteless, and colorless gas. 1 in 10 Wisconsin homes has high levels of radon. Does yours? Call 1-888-LOW-RADON or visit lowradon.org to learn more. Test, fix, save a life.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Mark Toscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've told you for a while about how much I love Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Here's the winning play of the season. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at just $19.99. Feed your crew before the game, after the game, or while you watch. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order now at pizzahut.com and on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Keep it right here after Wilde and Tausch and join us for the Rich Eisen Show on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Time now for Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde and Tausch.
I had something happen to me for the first time in my life coming back from calling the Whitewater Lacrosse Men's Basketball WIAC Wednesday Night Showcase on ESPN Wisconsin on Wednesday night.
Are we supposed to guess what happened?
No, that was more of a tease to bring everyone in and be like,
Why'd you say Wednesday night 4 times there? You really pounded on the WIAC Wednesday. Is that what you're doing?
I'm trying to promote it a little bit.
I love that.
Appreciate
Just
it.
Curious.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah.
I got pulled over going 78 in a 70.
Okay.
That's 8 miles per hour over the speed limit, Jesse. That's illegal.
You're telling me everyone else on the road doesn't go 8 over on the
9
highway?
is fine, 10 is your mine. That's the rule I look at.
Bob Moore come up with that one?
9 is
Mark Twain.
fine, 10 your blank is mine.
So what about 8?
You didn't get a ticket.
I ended up getting 2 warnings. One being speeding, and the other being my license plate sticker was not in the right place.
What?
It was a little toward the middle on the right-hand side, and it needed to be further down in the right-hand corner. So I should get that addressed.
Sure.
Why do you think I got pulled over going 78?
Probably because your license situation was goofy.
There's no way that they saw me coming down the road. And I'm
What
like,
time was it?
10:15. I was getting out of
Were you
lacrosse.
driving
They probably
erratically?
they probably thought you were all hopped up on that sugar from all that ice cream.
It was good ice cream up at the Pearl. I was 10:15. I'm the only car on the road. I was in the lane. No bad weather.
Yep.
Cruise control set at 78, zooming right along.
Sure.
And he's sitting in the middle of the highway where they got those little median kind of things. And
Yep.
right away, lights come on. I'm like, really? And I pull in, and he comes over and goes, you know why I pulled you over? I'm guessing because of the speed. And he goes, yeah, you know how fast you're going? I said, 78. I had it on cruise. He goes, yeah, you know what the speed limit is? I said, I think it's 70, right? He goes, yeah. I said, okay. Like, that's typically what that's what I usually do.
Yeah.
I'm under the impression that's fine.
That's odd because
did he appreciate your honesty?
When we went down to Hard Rock Casino Rockford, I don't think you went past 70. Like you stayed in the low 60s.
So now, so I don't want any grief from you, old T, the next time we're road tripping to Hard Rock or wherever I'm taking you, and I'm going 78. Technically, I got, they're telling me I'm breaking the law going 78. I'm getting a warning for that. I should be going slower than that.
Then we probably shouldn't carpool because you'll be getting grief. 8, you're fine. Over 10, your blank is mine. That's my theory.
I appreciate you. You really like that one, don't you?
It is good.
Well, it's been,
except it's now debunked because I got pulled over going 8 over the speed limit on the highway. Like, if you're going 8 over in, like, a residential, that's bad.
Sure.
Yeah.
We're on
33 and a 25. Yeah, you could be in trouble there.
We're on the highway going to La Crosse. We're actually leaving La Crosse.
Do you think he thought maybe you'd had an adult beverage or two and he was going to pop you for that?
Probably what they were hoping for, if I had to guess.
Good thing you're such a professional you would never drink while calling a WIAC game.
Nope.
Whoa, Nelly!
Not this guy. Now, that I said that's suspicious. It sounds like I have, but that's not true. Anyway, all right, whatever.
Whoa, Nelly!
Going to the Admirals game tonight.
Great segue.
I heard, I heard.
Haven't been since they played at the Bradley Center. So this is the first time in a long time kind of deal.
First time, long time.
Tausch, you go to hockey games all the time. Any tips for attending a hockey game as a fan?
Yeah. You're kind of soft. Get those heated vests. That'd be my tip for you. Because the rink, you never know if it's going to be... Some rinks are cold. Some rinks are a little bit warmer. So this whole heated vest game, and I love a vest. I don't have a heated vest, and I don't really want one because I run hot. But have a heated vest. Or bring a binky. Is Becca going with you?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Does she get cold?
Yeah.
So have her bring a binky. Bring her binky.
Like a movie theater, bring a binky?
Yeah, a blanket.
Into the Admirals game. You want us to sit in the stands at the Admirals game with a blanket.
Yes. That's my advice for you because you don't want to get cold. So, take a binky.
Do you go to Max's hockey games?
I just told you I run hot.
No, do other parents or people hang out
Eleanor
with binkies?
Always. We had a big tussle last night. Eleanor always brings a binky. Matter of fact, it annoys me because she'll give me the binky, and I said, no, I don't want the binky. You brought the binky.
Can we stop? I thought a binky was a pacifier.
Yeah, I think that's what a binky is.
You guys, why don't you guys just do what you do? A binky's a binky.
You just like saying binky.
I do. Yeah.
Binky at the rinky, am I right?
Oh, Binkster.
Whoa, Nelly! A little bit of a dinky.
A rinky binky.
Whoa, Nelly!
I did come in a little irritated today, and maybe I took it out on you.
What would you rather have as a retirement job? Driving the Zamboni or being the starter at a golf course that you like?
I feel like you look at being the starter at the golf course as being kind of a hall monitor, which I appreciate, but not everyone would.
I think you should be a binky salesman.
I think, like, the Zamboni driver, everybody loves you. Like, that's a fun thing to
Not
watch.
everybody. I am a very good critic of a good Zam versus a bad Zam.
Oh, yeah?
Drive
you
the Zamboni.
You can't leave a sliver and have to go back around. That is Zamming 101 bad news bears stuff. Like, you've been zamming long enough. Now, if you're a rookie Zam, I'll give you a little bit of a break. But if you're doing a high-profile game, you gotta finish a good, strong Zam. It can't be slivered. If you sliver it, that is amateur hour.
It's a lot like mowing the lawn, kind of, right? Like,
Similar.
Make sure you don't
just
have
looks
to backtrack.
fun. You gotta zip, and they got that fun song that they do. It's probably royalty free too.
I don't think so.
Whoa, the Gear Daddies.
I was irritated this morning.
Tough drive in.
So we had the snow.
Yep.
And it was still going to continue to snow for a couple hours. So I said, well, I'll come home this afternoon before we go to the Admirals game. I'll do the snow in the driveway.
Sure.
And Becca said, well, I really don't want to pull out and leave the tire tracks on the driveway.
Oh, that's easy. Hand her a shovel, baby. That's real easy.
Well, she was going into the office. She had already showered and whatnot for the day, so she didn't want to go out and do it. I hadn't, and I said, well, this is going to disrupt my morning, but I know I should go do it. but she doesn't like it because she thinks the neighbors are going to judge us for having tire tracks of snow on the driveway after we do it later on. No one in the world is going to judge anyone for having snow tire tracks on your driveway, right?
No, but who cares if they do?
That's what I'm saying. Like, the whole reason I'm going to go do this now and be behind and barely get in on time to do the show is because we don't want snow tire checks because we think the neighbors are going to judge us. Like, that's not a thing.
Yeah, you are talking to the wrong cat because I give two rips about any of that. So you're not asking the right cat on that. I think old OCD snow shoveler non-blower dude is your guy here.
100%. I hate having tire tracks in our driveway. I am 1,000%. I'm not worried about what Andy and Jen or Mary Beth and Richard think, though. I just care about what I think, and I don't want tire tracks. So, yeah, I took Maddie to school this morning. Sydney was home sick, so I took Maddie to school, and I left tracks in the driveway. So then when I shoveled before the show, couldn't get them up, and I was irritated. But I wasn't worried about my neighbors judging me. I was worried about my own judgment of my driveway.
And do you drive through your subdivision? You're over like, look at that guy.
No.
Look at all those tracks. He didn't get it
If
in time.
you don't shovel at all and you just let snow keep piling up in your driveway, I'm a little bit confused
What do you
how you
care?
handle that.
Why do you care?
I don't care. I
You
just don't understand how they
you
do
just
it.
You brought it up.
Well,
what do
right.
you care?
I don't care. It's their driveway. I
Yeah.
just am surprised that you can handle that because I couldn't. That's
Can
all.
handle what?
Having that much snow in your driveway.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. If you're spending your time worried about Bonnie and
just said
DeLuca,
I'm not.
worried about, oh my God, I can't believe the Nelsons didn't get their driveway. They have snow tire tracks. I'm telling you, you have a pretty good deal going. If that's the biggest thing you're worried about, that means life is pretty good.
Yeah, life is great.
I like that name,
now,
DeLuca, too.
Feelgood Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. That's what I'm worried about because we're already late. Is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The Don has spoken.
Everybody has the same issues. Everyone has NIL issues. Everyone has transfer portal issues. It's up to our guys to figure out how to manage it.
The Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here, and even though it's the first weekend in a long time without any local football to enjoy, you know I'm still feeling good on this Feelgood Friday on Wilde and Tausch, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. Well, does your next paint project call for bold colors of your favorite team, like green and gold or cardinal and white? Well, for whatever your next project calls for, do what my family did and trust Holman Lindsay's pro painters to get the job done right. Choosing the pros is the way to go. All you have to do, get connected with them, is to stop into any of Holman Lindsay's Madison area locations, ask, and they'll help find the pro painters best suited for what you need. And remember, Holman Lindsay Paint is the one paint you can trust to withstand the challenges of Wisconsin's weather year-round. Holman Lindsay, great paint, great people. And stick around for Feelgood Friday, coming up to close out today's show, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today. Wisconsin men's hoops riding a 3-game win streak. Former Badger Freddie Owens on the confidence the streak gives the Badgers with March just around the corner.
I'm seeing a lot of resilience in this team, and that's what it takes, especially if you want to compete and win. They took care of business against UCLA, and it has spearheaded into a nice little win streak with a couple of huge wins, that does wonders for team morale and confidence.
Get 0% interest for 4 years at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. With exclusive features and customized for every home, Pella provides the highest quality products at a price you can afford. Go to PellaWI.com. PellaWI.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Sustainable luxury starts with what you already own.
At Chalmers Jewelers, we purchase unwanted gold jewelry and responsibly recycle it through exceptional refining, giving new life to old pieces without the need for new mining.
Broken, outdated, or unworn, your gold still has value and purpose.
Choose a more conscious way to recycle your precious metals and get rewarded for it.
Visit us to learn more.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Purchase your tickets, grab some friends, and get to the Sylvie on Thursday, January 29th for Andy North Trivia Night presented by Exact Sciences. Enjoy a fun and inspiring evening of trivia, music, food, and refreshments while helping to raise money for UW Carbone Cancer Center. This fun and inspiring event is hosted by Andy North, and along with the trivia, the lineup includes a silent auction, celebrity appearances, and prizes. Doors open at 6. Visit AndyNorthandFriends.com to buy your tickets. Past year's events have sold out quickly, so get your tickets today.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You gotta get down on Friday. It's time to finish the week off right. It's Feelgood Friday on Wilde and Tausch. Painted by Hallman Lindsay.
We are very over time for Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. Something that is not feel good is that the internet has tracked down Rob Demovsky's commentary. We did not clip anything he had to say. I can't frankly remember if we talked about it or not, so I'm going to get the quick plug in here for this. We gave out our Tom Mulhern Stand-Up Guy Award last week to Christian Watson, to Josh Jacobs, and to Evan Williams. And I don't think I mentioned the scholarship that we have at the University of Wisconsin in the journalism school in honor of Tom Mulhern, my mentor, who that award is named for. He passed away in 2014. I know lots of you donate to the university. We appreciate your support. But if you do have the opportunity to support the Mully Scholarship, it benefits sometimes 2 students a year, and it's done really well. Thank you to everyone who's supported it, but we would love to continue to grow that and be able to help even more students at the University of Wisconsin. So you can find out more with the UW Foundation. All right, that's it. We got to get out of here. Sorry, Rich Eisen. We do this to you all the time.
Go Rams.
Have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday. Jesse, did you say something? I'm sorry.
Go Rams.
Yeah, no kidding.
Come on, Devontae, McVay.
4 touchdowns for Tay. That's it for us. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts